Are you frozen, Tyler? I may have lost Tyler. Tyler is not there. So if you're just joining, this is Coffee and VR. I'm Sean. The frozen guy over there is Tyler. We're going to have to get him added back in here. I'm not sure what happened. Let me try to recall him real quick. A little bit of technical difficulty this morning. There we go. And now we are up. I switched over and I was like, oh no, Tyler's not moving. I was like, Tyler is not moving.
I know. We try and put something on and it kicked me out for whatever reason.
Oh, did it? I had no idea. But yeah, we did a little special little intro video there of making some coffee with this Italian-made coffee maker that I think it was it Taco Galactic on our Discord?
Yeah,
I believe it was. It introduced me to that, and I picked one up, and I was like, man, this thing is super cool. That was the first time I actually had ever made coffee in there, and I believe it's actually for espresso, but I actually made regular coffee in it. It was last week or the week before.
I just like the vintage look to it. I'm super sold on all the vintage stuff like that, so to me, it looked just visually, it looks awesome. I actually posted one of my new coffee maker over on our Discord. I don't even know if you caught that this morning, Sean, but I had issues trying to get it on before the last show, so I actually put it up today, just because of the file size and stuff and uploading it. But it is on there in our mugshot section. But yeah, I know you'll probably have to check that.
I didn't even see that. Yeah, I did not even see that. Oh, yep, I do see it on there now.
There you go. See,
cool.
Yep,
pretty cool.
And I can't see you actually, Sean. So if you would,
oh yeah, there is a lot of times when the mugshots come in right at the end or right before we start a show, a lot of times I don't get them in right away. I do see some more new ones, so we will definitely have to get those added in for the next show, but pretty awesome. So a little rough start this morning, but
I'm watching everything in chat. It's pretty funny.
But pretty much this past week has been, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I'm just laughing at everybody. All the funny stuff that gets posted to our Discord and everything. It's amazing. You guys are the best community.
It really is
freaking
awesome.
Hilarious.
It really is awesome. So last week, the big news with last week, it was CES. I mean, there was really some pretty interesting stuff at CES we're going to get into today, as well as some other upcoming games and stuff as well. But CES was the big talk for this past week. I mean, CES was pretty huge this year, and there was a pretty big VR, AR presence there this year. I feel like, I mean, you can definitely see that the market is growing because you see more and more of these products being displayed.
What I'm most excited about is how other people are receiving it. So people that aren't in the VR industry, those are the people and the articles and stuff that are now getting written about VR from CES that excites me. That everyone before was like, oh, VR is dead. VR is not going to be anything. Now people are changing their tune, news articles and stuff. They're like, this might be the year for VR and stuff like that. So that's the most exciting thing for me almost.
And even at CES, I heard people talk about the XTAL booth where they had the flight simulator, the motion controls, and people were talking about how you could be walking around that place and you could hear the people like screaming and cheering and just the wows from people that were inside that, which, I mean, you're adding, I think it was a 6 degree freedom motion controller that, I mean, that definitely adds to the experience and makes it pretty exciting. So pretty cool stuff. But you actually have some exciting news for us. A package did arrive.
Yeah, some very exciting news. So, and I didn't even know they were really coming. I just had 2 boxes show up on my doorstep, and they were pretty plain labeled, except for that. And, oh man, and I was super stoked. I'm like, because I didn't even know what was going on with them. Just all of a sudden, the RMA said closed. So I'm like, is that a good thing? Is that I'm not getting controllers back? Like, I don't know what's happening with them.
You don't even get your broken ones back?
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, just ship them back to me. Who knows? But sure enough, and there's probably another picture, and I've got them sitting here too, that they showed up individually. And that one actually is a picture of the one that was completely sheared in half.
That was mutilated?
Yes. People were saying stuff, I think, over on Discord somewhere like, did you punch a cement wall? Twitter. That's what it was, on our Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's honestly, that's what it felt like. I really thought I broke my one finger, my trigger finger.
Yeah.
It was
I know
pretty
me. I
messed
know
up.
me and Jason were pretty shocked of the noise that
I
it
know.
made when that thing broke. But so I mean, really, they sent you two new controllers, and even though
They
you
did.
told them the true story of what happened to the
Yeah,
controller and that it was broken due to an impact
correct.
basically while playing, and they didn't even question it, and they sent you two brand new controllers, which is
Well, I mean, I
pretty
don't think
amazing.
most people were like playing on a 10-story building and drop it. I mean, this was a serious, there was no
Right?
hiding this. Like
No,
they weren't
no.
gonna get it and be like, oh, did this shear off clean from the factory? Like, no.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, that was
uh,
pretty awesome though that they actually sent you two new
uh,
controllers for
I'm
that
thoroughly impressed.
situation. I mean, I
Yep.
mean, talk about customer service. That's pretty
I know. And
impressive.
I do feel like, everyone, I feel like, a lot of people say they have bad experiences, whether it be through Valve RMA or Pimax or whomever. I have not had a bad experience myself yet. Honestly, I feel like if you're just honest and talk to them like a real person, that's all they care about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
And
don't know if that got me farther or what,
yeah, I
but
don't know what it was. Luckily they sent you some new ones. I don't know if that'll be the case every time or if, who knows, but
yeah,
definitely glad about that. So now we can
every
get.
time. Let's not say that word, man.
No,
No
let's not
way.
say
No,
that. but
nope, nope.
looking forward to getting back into some games with Tyler. He's actually most of the stuff we've been playing lately has been racing games and stuff because he hasn't needed the controllers.
So good,
And with
bro. Oh,
the Oculus Link issue of still not having a mic working properly, that kind of
right.
limits some of the stuff that we can do. But good news, definitely
I
good
don't
news.
know, man. The racing games, I've been digging it lately. It's I don't know. It's
Yeah,
good stuff. I'm really into it right now. And I feel like the farther I dive into it, the more you just bury yourself in that stuff.
yeah,
But
it can be pretty
I get
addicting.
it. There's some games I haven't even got to play. I have Westworld, keyed up, and I haven't played that yet, just because I
Yeah,
haven't had controllers to play it.
right.
So
And
I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah,
Pretty wild, but I mean,
ridiculous.
this is 2020,
I
and there's
know.
going to be a whole slew of new games coming here pretty soon as
Yep.
well. So
Yep.
got to get them back catalog games
Oh, I
played
know.
some. But
Yep. So how about the video you just put out? I don't know. A lot of people probably haven't even caught that. I think we dropped that last night at like 10 o'clock, maybe.
yeah, last night
It's
that
late.
was
Yeah.
the kind of a part two of the Link video with the official Link cable, and we also got
Yep.
in the Go Quest VR cable. So this is the $28
Oh yeah.
5 meter long cable, and,
Right.
so far it really works really good. I've been impressed with it. The only real downside that I see to it so far is that it isn't charging the Quest as I play like the
Yeah.
official Link cable does, and the thickness and flexibility. You feel the cable there a little bit more. Where a lot of people are like, why do I need to spend $79 on the official Link cable? And we talked about some of that in the video, but for me, like, it is expensive in a sense, but the fact that cable almost disappears when you're playing is what I really love
Yeah.
about it. I mean, when you're playing on the Link with that cable hooked up, you almost don't feel like there's a cable there anymore, as compared to playing with an Index and stuff like that.
And
The cable's there.
that's going to be a huge problem for people
It
that have
is.
a Quest originally that
Mhm.
only know wireless now, and then have that. You feel like somebody's like tugging on your head the whole time. If you have a heavy cable, if you have one that's not strapped right,
I mean, you constantly
stuff
have that
like that.
reminder that there's something there, with a
I
regular
know.
PCVR cable that you need to be careful of.
And
But
honestly, the biggest takeaway people need to get from that video is please strap the cord to the headset.
yeah,
Please don't let it dangle straight. I actually don't know why they made that cable with that direction. I feel like it should have went straight back so you could secure it right to the side. That's me.
yeah, the only problem with that is, like, for me with the deluxe audio strap, where that port is, if they made it angle back, I might actually not have clearance for it with the adapters that I use on the deluxe audio strap, depending on how,
Right.
how deep they made it. But that could be
Right,
part of an
sure.
issue too, because it's almost directly in front of the strap where the head strap connects to the headset. So that might be
Yeah.
part of it, but I do agree.
Yep.
And most of the stuff, even in the manual, they tell you to angle the cable down and then route it back. And for some reason, I
Right.
just felt like it made more sense and stuff to route it up and then back. And that's what
Yeah,
I
I get
did.
it because it comes then down out the bottom. I
Yeah,
don't know. It
but
keeps it out of the way too of your hands and all that.
yeah, I mean, I use two mounting bracket Velcro, and on the regular strap, I use
mm.
the clip and more Velcro to actually mount it to the back.
Yep.
With the regular strap, I have the rear VR cover on the wife's Quest, and I actually routed it through there because it's the Velcro that goes around it, and that worked really well.
Sure.
for that as well.
That's how I have mine set up as well.
Yeah,
works really good actually.
So far, I've really been. I mean, it's been a great experience. I still don't think if you're looking mainly for a PC VR experience, I still think you're going to get a better experience out of the Rift S than you will a Quest hooked to a PC. But
you do.
It's still completely usable. I mean, it works.
Dual purpose.
I mean, especially if you've never played PC VR and anything else, then you have a Quest, and you're able to get a game PC. It's definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a great solution. As well as we showed an adapter that'll go from USB-A or USB-C to USB-A. So we had a lot of people asking about that. Like, I don't have a USB-C port on my computer, but I want to use the official link cable. So we got one of those, and it works great. I didn't have any issues using that connector, so that was good.
I still have yet to have mine still here in the box. I have not used my official one yet.
You need to get on it, man.
I know. It's been a little crazy lately.
Slacking.
But the official one, I just feel like it's maybe a little more future-proof.
Yeah, I know Carmack teased about, maybe a future update a couple months down the road that's better, can better take advantage of that cable. I don't know what that means. I don't even know how he would do that. And if it was anybody else in the world that said that other than John Carmack, I would totally dismiss it. But the guy works magic. I mean, you've seen it. I mean, the guy does things that just aren't even humanly feasible to even think about. So the fact that he said it, there is a possibility. I don't know. It's hard to say.
He may know something or have seen something or whatever.
Who knows? And we did find out too that the cable comes with a 1-year warranty. The official cable does have a 1-year warranty, so that is nice. So.
Which a lot of cables can, depending, like anchors and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what an anchor
stuff
cable
like that
is.
But a lot of those can have like a 1-year warranty. But at least they did tell us that is a real thing. So
that's
what
it
helps.
Said, so that's good.
At least it gets you through a year. But
yeah. For sure. Yeah. So
either way,
you want to get into some CES stuff?
Sure. I was just looking at chat. Somebody was asking about the shirt.
Oh yeah, the VR gamer shirt. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I forget where I got this. It's been a while now. It may have been Amazon.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know. It's been a while now. And what else? Oh, everyone was talking about steering wheels and stuff, having steering wheels. And man, talk about the realism of that with a force feedback wheel. Oh,
well, even that that little motion sim rig that we saw at CES, and I can't remember what, I didn't get a picture of that actually.
The pod looking one.
Yeah, it's the pod looking one, and that's supposed to be a little bit more affordable. And I mean that anything like that adds movement that's really going to be the next step when it comes to the realism in motion. Say flight sim rigs, motion. Oh man, that's going to be so cool.
When they come cost effective, I will definitely have one for racing. Yeah. I mean. And I probably will put it permanently in my garage too, right by my car, so that like if people come over, like car guys or whatever, that's like, hey, hop in,
I'll just get in your car. People. I'll get in your car next to the racing simulator.
Oh yeah, right.
And then I'll put my headset on, and we can just pretend we're racing each other. We can peek through the headset and see each other.
Horrible.
I know it is.
Well, we actually talked about doing that. I actually talked about removing a steering wheel and putting the sim one in there.
Yeah, in the car.
But let's not go there.
That might be a venture for another day, but
I know. So CES, man. The takeaway for me was great, actually. I'm pretty excited about everything that came out of it. Some unknown stuff. Yeah. Some stuff we kind of knew was coming.
A couple weird things that were totally not expected. And
some head scratchers.
Yeah, I'm still scratching my head a little bit, but I mean, I think the big thing for CES, it seems to be like one of the most popular things we're talking about, was the Pimax 8K I mean, everybody, for the price tag, everybody that has tried that has been really blown away with the image quality and stuff and the improvements that they've made. I know I am too. I really am.
I'm not going to lie. I'm over the moon about this freaking headset now.
I feel like a lot of people in the past have written Pimax off in a sense because of their marketing campaign and the way that they've done a couple things. But I really feel like the 8KX is going to be kind of a flagship model that's going to be hard to beat for a little while. I mean, at that price range, I mean, you look at the X-Tall that was there, that's an 2 4K panels in the X-Tall, but it's like what, $7,000, I think.
Yeah,
exactly. The Pimax is having the same 8K or 2 4K panels, but for what is it, $1,200 or something? I think it's gonna be.
And people that were like trying both of them were like, okay, the X-Tall is maybe a little better. But a little better to me, like
a little better, it should
be. Moon,
like a little better should be $1,500, compared to 12. That's a little better to me. But,
and I get it.
And I'm sure
it is
better.
It's high end. I totally understand that, and it's got its own place. And they're going for commercial and stuff, and it's each their own. But man, I feel like to me that the 8KX is going to be the headset to beat. And I know people are going to probably blast it out in chat, but I don't know. I get it. You know, they're a small company compared to all these other companies making headsets.
Right.
Like, you know, the funding that these other companies have that develop these is astronomical. So for this company to be doing it from the ground up, essentially, and I'm sure, you know, they have investors and all that too.
Right.
But I mean, they're doing big things in a short amount of time that others aren't even really addressing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard now that they're getting wireless, and this is maybe coming sooner than we even probably thought.
Hopefully.
So, and I know
that is one of the things with Pimax. Their release windows is the biggest struggle that they have right now. Is talking about talking about we're going to have this out this month, and it's, you know, way behind that. So as long as they can get these out and really, you know, get them on Amazon, start shipping these things like crazy, I think that's going to be really awesome. And like you talked about for the wireless module, they've talked about 8KX not actually in the true 8KX mode not being able to support wireless, but it will, because with the 8KX, you can put that into an 8K plus mode that will actually allow for wireless. So you can still have wireless on the 8KX.
Just not the native 4K. They can't push that much bandwidth through
not
wireless.
Not yet.
I know.
I mean, someday it might be.
But here's the thing. Pimax actually pushes stuff out. So everything that the 8K plus X everything is getting, the 5K plus is going to get with updates and stuff as well. You know, if they know those headsets can do it, they're going to push those updates to it. So everything is kind of backwards compatible, if it will.
Yeah.
Which is great. You know, they're not limiting like, hey, if you want this new feature, you have to buy the 8KX. And I like that. I really do, you know. I like the open source-ish feel to that a little bit, and I know it's not, but
I almost don't know though who wouldn't want to buy the 8KX. You know what I mean? If you have a PC that can run it and you have the budget to do it, it's but man, like that's what everybody is going to want to strive for, though. I mean, they do have the Artisan, and the Artisan actually makes quite a bit of sense to me as an entry-level unit. You know, $449 for just the headset, and from what I've heard from people there, they said that the Artisan headset looks better than the 5K Plus. And a lot of that is the new distortion methods that they're using. The distortion isn't as bad on the sides as what it was previously, and that's another big benefit of the 8KX. So, I'm excited actually.
I mean, for mine to compare, and I feel like the 8KX is going to be now the jump. If you have an Index and want the next best headset, I feel like that's going to be the obvious choice.
Yeah.
But even for me, comparing like the 5K plus of where it's at, so, you know, if they're saying the Artisan may be better than that, the 5K plus to me, when I compare it to the Index, so I was testing this out here the other day, and I'd go back and forth. I would jump in the car in a racing sim, and I'd put the Index on, check it, put the 5K plus on, check everything the same, look at the identical spot, test everything driving. So the screens are the same essentially on the 5K plus and the Index, but because the 5K plus, they're stretched out farther to get that wider field of view. It's not as detailed as it is on the Index. So the Index, you know, looks spot on when you look at something in front of you. It's just a narrower field of view, which it's hard to say for Index because it is still pretty wide at 140. So
somewhere around there.
Yeah, close to. So, you know, to jump up to the 170, it's huge. 180, whatever, almost. Yeah. So it's night and day different. So you're gaining a lot out of the 5K plus with the wider, just not as, you know, high resolution, I feel, as the Index. So I feel like that was their drawback. So if now we can step that resolution up on the 5K plus to that 8K, I feel like it's just going to be unbelievable. If I had the visuals of the Index with the wide lens of the 5K plus, I mean, take money.
How does, in a racing simulator with that wider field of view even the jump from the Index to the Pimax to that wider field of view, does that give you more sense of speed? Do you feel like you're going faster? Because a lot of times field of view actually does have a factor in how you feel speed.
It's tough because, you know, I was always used to having a helmet on anyways. So you're not seeing, you know what I mean? You're limited already. Does it give you a better sense of speed? Sure it does. I mean, you're seeing more stuff go by. You can see your mirrors completely out of your side peripheral. Actually, almost, I think I can see both of them from where I sit in my seat, which is amazing. But it would be racing without a helmet, kind of, unless you put the simulated helmet on in like Project Cars 2. I don't know. It's just a totally different experience. To not see basically any edges, to me, is just as big of an improvement as the visuals on the Index. So it's a hard drawback for me, you know, to say which one is better.
Right.
I don't know. You're always looking straight anyways. And now with all this, dynamic foveated rendering and stuff, which gains what? They're saying like 30%. Basically, at least 25%, at least
25 to 35%. Yeah, is what they're
initially
ranging.
He said 30 to 35, and then kind of said guaranteed 25, but should be 30.
Yeah.
That's amazing, because now maybe you don't have to have, if you have that tracking module, you wouldn't have to have a higher end GPU to run some of this stuff, which again opens the door for people,
Right.
Which is great, because
that's saving performance directly from the GPU.
Yep. Which I'd rather buy a $200 module for the eye tracking than I would a $700-800 GPU just to be able to run that headset.
Right. Is that what the module is going to cost? The eye tracking module?
I'm pretty sure. I thought I was going to be right at 200, but we'll see. I mean, there's no official on that yet.
So Sweetviver tried it out on his YouTube, and he was pretty impressed. He seemed like it worked pretty good, and it's not a finished product yet. I don't think it's not the exact final version, but it's really close. So
it was, it's basically one step away, I guess. Something where the cord, instead of going to the bottom, is going to go to the top where the port is, because now they have 2 USB-C ports. So
So I mean, I really think that the dynamic foveated rendering is the future, anyways. That's what things are going to have to go to, because technically the GPU, the PC parts right now really can't keep up with the monitor tech, with the screen tech of what they can push. So if the computer parts could keep up with the screen tech, we could have ridiculous VR headsets right now and no issues. But and able to fill that gap, I think the foveated rendering is really going to be crucial, and as well as do other things too, as well as eye tracking for different games and experiences, and realism of being with somebody else when you actually see where their eyes are moving around. I mean, that's definitely the future, I think, for sure. But
so people in chat were talking about like the field of view, and does it change and stuff. And Chatty actually asked, does the wider field of view give you an advantage in something like a multiplayer FPS?
Right.
And 100% advantage.
Yeah.
It's like having a gun stock or anything else, it just gives you that better.
Gives you an edge.
Yeah, it does. You just notice things going on, or somebody running.
Yeah, even if on the side it's not a super clear picture, if you see movement, you're gonna know to look and turn. Where on another, smaller field of view headset, you don't see that at all until they get, talking like a Rift S. You don't see that at all until they really get in front of you, basically.
I know.
And even with the index, like that was one thing we talked about when the index was coming out, of how that was gonna be an advantage. You got the higher refresh rate and a little bit wider field of view. I mean, it is. I mean, it's not a huge advantage, I don't think, but it is a little bit.
The only one I really, truly noticed it, like night and day, was going to the Pimax. It's the only one I put on it and was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
This is what I've always said I wanted. You can't see the edges, essentially.
Right.
I mean, sure, you can if you're looking for them, but it's gone, man.
Yeah.
There's no more looking through lenses.
I mean, that's the main thing that I want, is wider field of view and, the better resolution. The wireless I'm super excited for too, but that doesn't, I still think we're a little bit out on that for,
sure I do. I agree. Yeah.
Mainstream, where everybody's going to have wireless.
I'd be happy if they pop that module out by Christmas or something, even. Like,
hopefully.
To be truthful. I mean, I know
before that, but
But who else? We don't even know anybody else that's working on it. Maybe Valve.
I'm sure Valve is, but we haven't heard anything about when that's going to release or when that's going to be available. So
I know, but Valve is known for dropping stuff on us too.
Yeah, maybe at F8 or something this year.
Exactly.
That's what they did last year, pretty much, in a sense. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I know. I really just wish everybody could try it, man.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to trying the 8KX. I really could not wait to try the 8KX. That's what one of the products that I'm most excited for right now to try is the 8KX. I mean, that wider field of view with the actual 4K resolution, because it is 4K resolution per eye, not 8K, but it is true 4K resolution per eye.
And supposedly by pushing that native 4K, there is no downsampling that has to happen, sending it, through the pipeline and everything. So it actually supposedly does save a little bit on performance, I guess. I don't know. I've heard that.
I don't know. I mean, at CES, we saw them running this on a 2080 and a 2080 Ti. So we know that's possible and doable. And we know that the 3080 series are going to probably be out this year. I don't know that, a bunch of us are going to want to spend money on that right now. But
but how about all the updates now to the RTX? With all these for the the rendering and stuff, which they're calling
VRSS.
VRSS. It's too many dang initials.
I know. Right. this is pretty cool. This is an update that came out, I believe, during CES. They announced this, and basically the traditional way of super sampling is, through Steam VR or the Oculus debug tool and stuff, you can actually turn up the super sampling. And what that does is it actually turns up the super sampling of what you see across the whole screen, and that increases visuals. It looks better. You can see more detail. It actually pushes more. I think it actually pushes more pixels than what the headset can actually show, but it really does make a difference. The problem with that is that when you do that, you really suffer on performance. So you can only go so high depending on your GPU. You're pushing that super sampling across the whole screen. So their idea is pushing that super sampling basically in a smaller area and keeping it off in the outside area of the screen, which makes sense.
Yeah. Which we know it. We've talked about this, and I'm actually surprised it took this long. I mean, they have been talking about doing something like this too for a while.
Yeah.
I'm glad they finally did, and I'm glad it's done on their side as well. That it's a port through game, so they have to run the SDK and stuff for it. But still, if we're picking up that much gains, I mean, it's definitely going to help.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It makes sense, and I mean, they're basically, it's going to kind of auto adjust through Nvidia, and right now there's a list of, I think, 24, 25 games. Is there a video playing?
They're saying the volume of the video. I'm not hearing it.
Maybe this has volume on it. Hopefully it does.
There you go.
My bad.
Yep. I was gonna say I don't actually hear it, so I'm
sorry about that. I'm glad you saw that, because I didn't realize I didn't hear it either. It was playing in the background. But
sorry, guys.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear everything we were saying there. But it is. I mean, so basically there's a list of, I think, 24, 25 games right now that are supported through this. Boneworks is one of them, a whole bunch of them. And right now, to do this, basically what you want to do is you want to turn your super sampling off. Like anything above, 100% or whatever super sampling, you want to turn that off. And then you actually go into Nvidia control panel and you turn this on. You have to turn this on per game. So you actually have to set the in-game to be adaptive, and it will adjust it. And I actually haven't tried this much. I've been doing a lot with the Quest and the Link cable. That's really all I've been playing with, because I've been trying to test out the official Link cable and the Go Quest VR cable. And so I had this enabled for Boneworks, and I was in Boneworks with the Link cable and the Quest, and I can't say that I noticed a difference, and I'm not sure if that's just because I was playing on the Quest, and I'm not sure if it works with the Quest. I have to imagine it still would. I'm not sure, but I need to go in this on Index and try to do kind of a side-to-side comparison. And I think this is more future-proof really than right now, because as the screen resolutions get higher, talking 8KX, I think you're going to notice it probably more in something like an 8KX than you will, a Rift S or something like that. But
yeah, it's hard because now everything's just pushing farther, and if you don't want to update your GPUs and stuff, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, all these cards are still out the roof expensive. It's nuts. I mean, they just don't come down ever, but I guess it's demand. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not sold out, but
I much prefer them doing something like this, because I don't like to have to adjust super sampling per every game. Like, I don't have to sit there and keep adjusting it until it looks good but doesn't drop in performance. I would rather set this on and just have it do it on its own. It's going to adjust for how much headroom you have in that particular game, and that's I think it's cool. And I know they're going to add a whole bunch more games to this list. I know that eventually it's going to be probably across all games, but right now, that list, and there's a lot of good games on there anyways to check out. But
I don't know why any game wouldn't want to adapt it, because it just makes their game perform better.
Yeah.
I mean, it opens the door for the game for people to play it that couldn't play it before, maybe. So
yeah,
I don't know why they wouldn't, but unless it's super difficult. But
yeah, I don't think it is. It didn't seem like it was difficult. It was just kind of getting it rolled out everywhere.
Sure. Yep. So what about other headsets, man? The Panasonic. What do you think, man? I mean, I know it's not high FOV like the Pimax and stuff. It's probably a little narrower, but
I think the Panasonic glasses are one of the, I guess I could say, super hyped things. I've heard a lot of people talking about this at CES, and I also think it's, I hate to say this, but one of the most pointless headsets, because, I mean, essentially this is a 3 degree of freedom, basically a movie viewer. I mean, it was what this is, and which is cool, but I would rather have something that can do both. I would rather have something that can do, 6DoF VR as well as go into a movie and watch it. And, the big thing with this is the form factor, and it was, I believe, a higher resolution, some pretty good resolution, but a small kind of field of view, but they look cool. I mean, they look like something super cyberpunk, futuristic. I mean, they look awesome. I really think they look
awesome.
Them. Yeah,
I really do. I love them. I mean, if I was going on a plane, like a trip somewhere, these would be great because nobody's going to look at you. Like if you have a Quest on, people are going to look at you like you're trying to control the plane or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like these,
they're
maybe
still
not.
Gonna look
maybe
at
no
you
one's going
funny.
to notice.
They're still going to look at you funny.
But I could throw these up on my head or something, you know, up on my head and then sitting there
really
relaxing,
cool
pull them down while I'm sitting waiting on something.
Yeah, they are super cool looking, I think.
I love it. I love it. The headphones store in it and stuff.
Yeah.
I like all of it. I think it's awesome. I think it's a great step for the industry.
Yeah.
Do I think they're going to come out with them?
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, this is just a prototype.
They may
kind
come
of
out with something. They may.
Awesome.
But
have some coffee from
cheers,
Oculus Quest Fun. That is awesome.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice. Appreciate it, man. That's awesome.
We love
Speaking
coffee.
of coffee, I actually threw mine down in the description today. I'm drinking Major Dickinson. Today.
We've talked about that a lot. That's a good coffee.
Good stuff, man.
I'm actually on the last bit of my dark matter. We're actually going to go to Roastology today and get some more. So I'm super excited about that.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
appreciate it, man. That's great.
These, I feel like if I could get an Index headset that looked like these, that had a wider field of view, because obviously it's probably going to be hard to get that wide field of view in these lenses. But if I could wear this instead of an actual headset like an Index, I would do it. I think this is awesome. If it could eventually go to kind of this form factor. And I know from what I heard, a lot of people said that these are still pretty front heavy and they kind of want to slide down your nose, which makes sense because of the, you know, there's no strap. It's basically sunglasses in a sense. And you're still going to have a lot of that weight on the front. So, but it was pretty cool. And I was excited to see Panasonic do something. I mean, maybe this is a peek into the future that Panasonic is working on some bigger things.
And Panasonic has really good screen technology. So they've put their HDR panels actually in this too, which is great. I think
this is the first thing that's had HDR. Is that right?
It is the first. Yep. Which is pretty cool. I mean, it's not production, so you can't say it's the first production one with HDR, but it's the first one that's been out there. But yeah, I think they look great. I'm actually.
Yeah, they look.
I mean, if they were blacked out, you wouldn't even know that it almost wasn't sunglasses. You know, if it was the black pair.
Yeah.
And I think they had like 4 different colors, maybe.
Yeah,
I think demoing or at least displayed. But I think it's great.
Yeah.
There you go.
The one in the back, if you can see it, the blue pair, it actually has like a shield over the whole thing, which was a little weird, but that looks more like an actual headset, but I like it without that. But.
So those ones would definitely look like, what's his name from Futurama? The robot.
For sure.
100%.
Did you see how they're adjusting the IPD on these though? It was really cool. I actually meant to grab that video. I don't think I threw it in here, but the bar that actually connects the two.
Oh, is that what
lenses,
that was?
It twists and it
so
pulls
it draws them together.
It was really cool actually.
Cool.
That was
interesting. Yeah,
I mean, there's definitely some innovating things that they've done on these. So like I said, I don't know that they're ever going to be a full production model that you're going to be able to buy at the store, but it's really cool. What are you laughing at?
I love chat, man. Steampunk robots unite.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be creepy if you saw like 20 people walking out with these?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, these make more.
There we go. Bender from
Futurama.
Oh man,
these make more sense as an AR form factor, though. Really, I mean, this is.
I mean, think if instead of having a monitor at your desk or something, you know, you just threw these on and you could sit there and type away and stuff, and then sit them down, put them up on your head, whatever you're doing, you know, or in the middle of working on a project in a factory and you want to pull them down and see something, or AR have, you know, just 2 cameras in it to give you depth, and then boom, projects through it. Be awesome, but I know someday it's coming.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was exciting to see. I mean, like I said, not something I think is going to take over the world, but I think it's definitely, it got people talking. I mean, people were excited about it, and I've seen these glasses kind of all over the place. It seemed like these were getting pushed out quite a bit, but it's pretty cool.
Yep. So the other one was the Pico's new headset, which is the, you know,
Pico Neo 2,
the Quest upgrade or whatever, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah, that's what some people were asking.
I know.
Is this going to be the you know,
it's just one newer basically, so it's not like it's really that different either.
No, and this is more industry, you know, stuff. This isn't consumer grade, and really it's not. I mean, it is a little bit bump up from the Quest, but you got to remember the Quest is going to be really hard to beat for a while because of that library, because of the user interface.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be. So some people are like, oh, why do I need to buy a Quest? I'm going to buy this. The problem with this is, you know, you can get a Quest if you can find one. You can get a Quest for $400. This is going to be $700 for this headset. For for the regular model, and I think it's 900 for the one with eye tracking. And it's, I mean, the Quest is running a Snapdragon 835. This is running a Snapdragon 845. So it's one generation newer chipset than, you know, it's not the XR2 or whatever it's not that. No. So I could see, you know, people being excited for this for $700 and an XR2 chip in it, but that's not the case. But I mean, it is going to be a little bit.
It's all about games library. Like, look, if you're not buying a headset to like do tricks, you're buying it for what you can do on it. So you're also buying into that ecosystem or what ecosystems it works with. So I mean, it's I mean,
this is going to be more for companies that want to do demos and training and stuff. This is going to be a great headset for them. The resolution is 1920 by 2160 per eye, where the Quest is 1440 by 1600 per eye. So it is a little bit bump in resolution. The panels on the Pico Neo 2 are 75 hertz, whereas the panel in the screens in the Quest are 72 hertz. So there is advantages, but I don't think it's by any means going to take over the Quest market.
It seems like everybody is actually going to like this lower hertz too. It's crazy. I mean, they're all running at like 70, 72, 75, 80, somewhere in there. Yeah.
And except for Pimax, that busts out a 180 hertz, 5K super. I don't know. And like Sebastian was at MRTV, and I mean, I don't know. He was at CES, and he said that he didn't really notice a difference, the 180 hertz. I mean, I
didn't notice going from like 120 to 144 even.
Yeah.
So
I mean, people before it came out, people seemed like it was going to be a huge thing, but I mean, I definitely prefer the 120 over 72. I mean, that is another disadvantage with the Quest using Link, on a PC, is you are getting the lower hertz, of those panels. So that's, that's a downside. I prefer a field of view to go up. I prefer resolution to go up, and I prefer the, you know what I mean, the frames to go up. If we
I
can.
agree.
So,
we all do. I know.
Yeah, but it's still cool.
So in chat, Aiden was just saying that we thought maybe we were playing games and stuff, and Fluke Rogi kind of cleared that up of what at least this episode is. But we actually were going to play some games here a couple nights ago. I had to redo my whole setup. We were going to stream some racing games together.
Yeah.
We're still working on perfecting it a little bit, but
Oculus Quest fun hitting us up again.
Quest, man. Cheers.
Man, awesome. He said, hit that like button, everyone. So that's
and we really do appreciate that.
That's awesome.
We really do. We're glad all you guys are here. I actually don't see the numbers on how many people we have in chat now. I know last one was like 100. So I really appreciate you guys pushing that link out for us and spreading the word on our channel.
So did somebody have a question about what coffee and VR is? Is that what happened?
Sure. You want to explain for anybody who's new? Maybe go for it. I mean, a lot of people here probably know already.
Yeah, most of the people have been here for a while, but I know we do. I mean, the VR market is growing, so we're getting new viewers all the time.
Yep.
And basically, this is just a live show, podcast kind of a setup where we talk about everything VR. We talk about new games, new hardware. We like to give away game codes a lot of times. We like to interact with chat, see what their thoughts are, and Let's Chat 6. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Let's Chat, man. We really do appreciate that.
She said, you are a huge inspiration for my videos. Thank you. So I know she has been putting out some videos, some Quest stuff. So that's really cool. Yeah, I've been watching those. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it's just our channel. We try and bring you what's relevant right now. So if we feel there's some type of hack in VR that we found, some type of new game that nobody's talked about or seen, we try and work with developers for their games as well as products, anything from headsets to gear to whatever we feel that is necessary to give to you guys that is new and other people aren't doing. That's what we're bringing you. So
I mean, we're pretty much VR enthusiasts. This is what we absolutely love. We absolutely love VR. So we just like to sit here and talk about it, enjoy new things that are coming, products that we're excited about. So really that's what the show is. We do some gameplay videos and some review stuff on the channel as well too. But this is a Saturday morning show we do every
speaking
week.
of giveaways, man, I don't know if we didn't mention.
Oh yeah, we didn't. No.
So we actually have down in description a Gleam giveaway for a $20 Oculus credit. So a lot of stuff we get pushed to us, right? So games, whether it be early or after the fact from developers, and we give them to you guys. Sometimes we don't even have them ourselves. And this is one of them. This is actually a credit that we received that we would gladly use.
Yeah, this was part of the link cable
Yep.
delay that we actually got a $20 Oculus store credit. And I was talking to Tyler. I was like, I haven't even used it yet. Let's give it away. So we would rather just be able to give it to you guys. I think it's really cool to be able to do that when we can. So definitely sign up for that.
Yep.
That Gleam giveaway is going to run for about a week. I think it's going to end on Sunday. So there'll still be a chance next show to sign up for it, and then we're gonna do the drawing the next day on that. With our drawings on Gleam, the only thing that we ask is that if we email you and say that you're the winner, we just ask that you respond within 24 hours. So make sure that you check your junk mail and all that, because if we don't get a response within 24 hours, we do redraw the winner so that somebody else gets a chance. Because sometimes, I mean, this actually we've been lucky enough not to have this happen, but you know, sometimes with things like this, you send out an email and that email doesn't get seen for a week or two. You know, we don't want that. So just make sure you respond to the email. Everybody so far has been great. You know, we get it over to them as quick as we can. So really fun stuff. So make sure you check that out. Nice.
Oculus, I mean, basically anybody, I mean, even if you don't have an Oculus headset, you can still run Oculus through Revive and stuff too. So it does leave the door open to people who don't actually have an Oculus headset too, which is super cool.
Yeah. Yep. It's definitely an option. And it should work with Oculus Rift or Quest. It's just Oculus Store in general. So either one, it should work fine for. So definitely make sure you check that out. So
I highly recommend getting exclusive too. Steve, cheers, man.
So thank you. So he says next most anticipated VR game other than Half-Life Alyx.
Okay.
Whew, man.
That's like a good trivia question for us.
Goodness gracious,
most
I'd have to look at a list now. That's I mean, I still think, honestly, for me, one of the most anticipated games, I think still for me, is Population 1. That just due to the nature of the games that I like to play. I like shooter games. I like multiplayer games. You know, I like going in with other people. For me, that is probably one of the most anticipated games of 2020. And they've been a little quiet lately. They should be picking up some steam and getting some stuff out there here pretty soon. And
so I have an odd one that maybe
you are odd.
So it may be up there for me, maybe not for everybody else. And actually, I have no real knowledge if it's VR or not. But I think for me on the back burner, what's a very, very exciting, which is up there, is the Forest, the new the Forest 2 or whatever they're calling it.
And hoping that it is going to have VR support.
That's one of my top probably excited games, only because the experience I had with you in it was unbelievable. I mean, it was one of those ones I couldn't wait to get home and get back on it and get in there. Like, dude,
it was like the
come on, we got to
game.
get back into play like right now.
It's so creepy. But I can imagine that the second one, if they do VR in the second one, I have to imagine that's going to be incredible. So super creepy. The game.
I like sleeper games like that too. But Pop 1, what I've seen of it is unbelievable. So if it's anything what we think.
Yeah, I mean, I like the multiplayer shooters, and I like battle royale games in VR. You know, I'm not. I played a little bit of Fortnite and stuff back in the day, but Medal of Honor. There's just so many good ones. I know. I mean, that's such a hard question. That's not even fair. Steve XM asking an unfair question.
I know.
Lone Echo 2, Left 4 Dead. Oh, the new zombie game. The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Yeah, that comes out I think end of this month. So that's another one I think is going to be. Man, there's just so much good stuff, and I have a feeling, you know, with these shows that are coming up, like, you know, PAX, GDC, E3, all this stuff. I think there's going to be a lot of games that have been in the works for a while that we don't even know about, that we haven't heard about yet. And I think there are going to be some big surprises, because I think it's finally picking up enough steam to start getting the AAA people to notice what's going on.
Right.
I think.
I agree.
You know, especially with Half-Life Alyx. You know, Steve mentioned that Half-Life Alyx got the attention of so many people, and
I know
that's going to be.
And now it's becoming more of optimizing for VR. You know, people aren't having these games they've been working on building are like, oh, now I want to make it VR because of the market, and it not being optimized well. And now we're seeing these games that just look gorgeous in VR. So that bar, it's just climbing and climbing, man. We have to have it. It's crazy.
For sure. I'm going to throw up some mug shots here while we're talking. This is also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to join our Discord. And we do have a mug shot section that people just post their coffee mugs and whatever they have going on. We just love to see whatever.
Yep. This is where I put my new coffee maker and me making coffee.
Yeah.
So definitely check that out. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear even in chatter in the comments.
Yeah. And if you're watching this now and you're drinking coffee with us, you go ahead and feel free now to throw that picture in there, and we'll try to get it on the next show. But
for sure. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's hard. All these like last minute ones, it's so tough to get them in. You know,
I got one of them in last minute ones, but I think there was
we're
another one
so
after
busy.
that I didn't
I
get.
know.
Yeah.
Even so the VR Mang was messaging me on Discord right before we were going on, trying to get everything together and get ready to go live, about some headphones and stuff though that he's been using with the Quest, because he's tried some. And so to go back, he actually tried the official Oculus earbuds, which I think were no, it wasn't for CV1 because those were the clip-ons. It was for
I think it was
the
for
Rift S
Quest.
and stuff at Quest when it came out. But he said that there was so much feedback and hiss, and maybe he thought that he had a bad set or whatever that may be, but he said it wasn't good audio.
Yeah,
you know?
that kind of sent him on a little bit of an adventure trying to find some good audio, right?
Yep, and he actually did find some, which I will look and add those in the description when we're done of which one, if he can actually send those to me, of the exact model. But I mean, for a cheap pair, he said they actually were way more impressive than the official ones.
I think he said they were like $22, $24, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But they're nice because they are short then too, and then you can just let them hang. You know, kind of like what we saw on the Panasonic, where it had the short whip. You know, with the headphones. So it does help keep it neat and tidy and stuff. It is a kind of an issue. You know, I don't like the clumsy feel of having to put another set of headphones on and now a link cable if you're, you know, playing wired and stuff. So it does just become a lot of stuff. So the more you can eliminate that, the better. But
talking about headphones, let's hopefully we can get that link added in there if people are curious about that.
Yep, absolutely.
Talking about headphones, though, we've talked about Rebuff Reality in the past and the over-ear headphones, the off-ear headphones that they've teased for a while now. And CES, they were at CES and we got some more info on those. And a little exciting, a little disappointing in the same sense. I don't know. We can see how everybody feels about this.
Before we get into it, I just remind me that PD made a comment about the BBC article and stuff, and I do want to talk about that. But remind me of that.
I'll try. So these are the VR ears, and the exciting part about these, and what really got us intrigued about these, is the fact that these are index style headphones, which is, you know, some of the best.
Super excited, man.
Some of the best audio quality and experience you can have, really, audio wise in VR right now. So these do sit over your ears and they don't touch your ears, thanks to melodic death metal virality. Sometimes takes me in a really
pleasure, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for subbing.
Reminds me of Five Finger Death Punch or something.
Yeah, there you go. A little distracted.
Good stuff, man.
But the disappointing part about these is the fact that we got the price tag, which they are planning to sell these for $200, and the quality, from what we've heard, you know, from Sebastian and stuff, and he had a video on these, is that they aren't as good as the Index. They're good, you know, they sound good, and they're, you know, possibly going to be a really good option, but they're not maybe on the same level as the Valve Index. And the other thing that you do have to consider with this is the fact of, you know, this is at a trade show where there's tons of sound going on around you. It's a loud environment. So it's probably hard to really gauge these for sure, you know, what they're really going to sound like once you get them into your home environment. And, you know, it'd be nice to do a comparison with these A to B with an Index headset. And
I know. And I talked to you about that when we were hearing them and stuff. And after I watched Sebastian's video and stuff as well, of hearing the outside noise. But I feel like with an Index at a trade show like that, you're going to hear outside noise anyways, you know, but most people are using those in a closed environment.
Right.
So I would be curious to hear them. You know, I feel like they should have had a sound room or something for these, but
I'm
something.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
A bubble over your head.
So if you do the early bird Kickstarter, you are going to get a 40% discount.
40%.
Yeah. Yep. So that is going to save you some money there. So I am actually interested in getting these either way because I want to try them out, and you're going to be able to get
$120.
Not too bad, right? Yeah.
I think that's closer to the price point where I think they need to be. My whole thing, you know, and the first I heard that, I told you, I'm like, how are you going to pay? So, okay, let's say you buy a Quest, right? And you just want headphones for it. You're going to pay half the money that you just paid for a Quest, the $200 for just the headphones.
Yeah, I mean, a Quest is $400, headphones are $200. It's like,
that's hard to swallow there. You know, I mean, I understand they're going to make these available for other headsets as well. So that's great too.
And supposedly you'll be able to buy one kit and it'll have adapters supposedly for other headsets.
Or buy adapters. They're not going to come with them, I'm sure. Right.
But...
And I get it. You know, this high-end audio is nice to have, and it's something that I'm definitely into. I just don't know if the market's there yet.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm curious about too. I'm curious in chat. Like, let us know do you guys think this is too expensive price point?
So I feel though that people buying a Quest are looking for the cheapest. I'm not saying looking for the cheapest headset,
but it's budget. I mean, that's
it's a cheaper headset.
It's
correct.
the cheapest way to get into 6-degree freedom VR right now.
If you wanted to get into VR and you had $1,000 sitting there, right? Would you go buy an Index full kit or would you buy a Quest? You know, and I feel like if you want that higher end PC VR, you're going to go that route. Now, I understand there's not really high end headphones for the Quest, and it's your only option at this point. I just feel like that price point needed to be around $100, maybe a little more. I feel like the 120 would be justifiable if they sound that good. If they're Index quality, then sure. You know, they were saying they were better. Sebastian said maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, they said
and that could be the environment.
They said that they had done some research and how, you know, the sound interacts with your ear, and they've made some advancements over the Index audio and stuff. So that, maybe I don't know. They also mentioned that one of the main guys that developed these also worked on developing the Beats by Dre headphones. That was kind of one of their big selling points. You know, I don't know. It'll be hard to say for sure until you can get these on in a quiet environment, you know, not trade show environment. But like, I mean, most people in chat are saying,
I know that's
it's too much money. Too. Yeah, it seems too expensive, and I agree. It's a lot of money. So
Wesley said Deluxe Audio Strap works for me, but there's another one out the window, man. You can't even get it, and that's my favorite thing too. I have it on my 5K Plus. Unbelievable.
Well, I mean, that's what we talked about too. When you know the Deluxe Audio Strap from HTC is $99. If they were still making them and you could buy them, it's $99. And that's not just headphones. That's a whole head strap. You know what I mean? Where these are just headphones. And we actually got them from Microsoft brand new, I think for like $79 before the frenzy started happening. So, and I mean, I'm not going to say that the HTC Vive Deluxe Audio Strap headphones are as good as these. I haven't heard these, you know, maybe these sound quite a bit better. And the Deluxe Audio Strap do actually sit on your ear. You know, that is a little bit of difference, but I don't know. And these also, they're going to be rechargeable. So these have a built-in battery in the VR ears from Rebuff Reality. And they're talking about, I think they said like 6 to 7 hours of charge time. So somewhere around there, which isn't too bad. I mean, that's not too bad.
I think they're great. Don't get me wrong. I love them, but I think I need to hear them first before, you know, I would say it's a great buy. I mean, if it's high-end audio, don't get me wrong. You're going to buy a nice set of Sennheisers, any nice headphones, you're going to pay that for anyway. So I understand the $200 price point. I just feel that for what they're targeting for people buying that, it's a little high.
John Schubrook even said, you know, $120 is a lot for what it is. And I mean, I can't argue that. I do think, you know.
You could buy the whole Deluxe Audio Strap. So the whole comfort kit, new strap, headphones built into it, for $100 on their website in the day. So
for $200, you could completely deck out your Quest. You know, if you could still get the Deluxe Audio Strap, if you could still get that for $100, you could still you could get a VR cover, you could get the VR cover rear padding for the Deluxe Audio Strap. I mean, you could deck out your Quest pretty good for $200.
Cheers, Reckoner. Good to see you in here. As always, need to play some more soon. I haven't seen him in a while in game.
No Man's Sky. He was big into No Man's Sky.
I know,
sure
doing work, man.
That's awesome. So DLG27 said using the Mantis PSVR headphones, and they are okay. Picked up for $38, and that's also what I have on my Rift S.
For the money though, I think they drop sometimes at $35.
Yeah,
like
they're not my favorite, but they work.
No, I agree.
I mean, they're way better than the built-in audio of the Rift S for sure. It's a big improvement, but they're not. I do think that I am hoping for something better than that. And I was a little bit disappointed in CES this year that we didn't get any kind of company doing a deluxe audio strap.
I was hoping we were going to have this, you know, big deluxe, somebody making some modular deluxe audio strap that was like going to blow us out of the water.
Yeah, even better than the HTC
Here's your
one.
Comfort kit and some standoff earphones on it and done. Like,
but I still am so surprised that nobody has done that yet. I can't believe that. I can't believe that there's not more options. I don't understand why.
I know that's what chat's talking about too.
Yeah, I just saw Airman say that. Like, I don't understand why there's not. Like, it just seems like such a hole in the market that we see that the Quest is selling like crazy. Everybody wants their Quest to be more comfortable and sound better. Everybody does. Everybody.
I know.
So why is there not, you know, a big market for all? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes where they're developing this stuff. I mean, it does take time, but I mean, it's been out for almost a year now. Not quite, but you know, I mean, in May, I think it was that it released. So
I know. I really wish Bose, I'm telling you, I wish Bose would make some type of like, I don't know, some type of headphone something for them, because their headphones in general are great. I mean, they're not, you know, you're not their top, but they're crystal clear.
Yeah, they're good. They can make a good product.
A lot of places. Every place sells them, has access to them.
I would I would pay over $100 for some off-ear Bose headphones in a heartbeat because I would imagine they would sound ridiculous. So
I paid $200 for their sunglasses, and they're unbelievable.
yeah,
That
those are the ones with
audio,
the built-in.
if they just put that freaking audio in something, or just made a little clip-on device that would, plug in, that didn't even touch anything, not even sticking out, and had it close to where your ears were, just like the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, it's still early in the year. Hopefully we get somebody that's going to come out with. I mean, I am excited for these. I probably will kickstart these for $120. I would love to hear them. I would love to get them in. And I mean,
right.
But for the general population of people that are buying Quest, I don't know if this is going to be the ultimate solution, but it is exciting. I mean, at least somebody's working on something. At least there's that.
Yeah, a lot of people are actually saying that the Manus are great for the $35, and a lot
for
of people
$35, yeah, they're not bad.
You can't beat that. Yeah. I mean, you really can't. For the ease of it, for not having to like put headphones on and put the cord on and all that stuff, they're great.
Yeah, I mean, they sound good. My only issue with them is that they actually hurt my ears after a little while, and that's probably just me. But like the CV1 headphones never bothered me. I love CV1 headphones. I know they never hurt my ears. For some reason, with the Mantis ones, just the way that it puts pressure on my ears after playing. I play for a long time sometimes, so that might be why too. But other people, what are you doing?
Well, so gaming science teacher was just asking about the bone conducting headphones. I actually have a set right here. I did a lot of research on these. So what I was trying to do is you can actually use wireless Bluetooth headphones on the Quest. So what I did is I got a pair of these that I thought I could actually strap to the Quest. That was a low profile.
Yeah, and so you wouldn't have to put them on separately. You could put your Quest on and they would be on there.
Strap these to it, little Velcro straps. I actually put it back inside of the VR cover pad in the back and strapped them to the sides. It would have worked really well. The quality's not there. It really isn't, because you have nothing in your ear. So I was hoping it would project it down enough too as well. Just the sound quality isn't the same. I mean, I think after I've had these Bose sunglasses and stuff, I can't recreate that. But the other issue with it is there was too much latency involved in the headphones themselves wirelessly through the Quest. Now I could use some wired ones and stuff, but the sound just wasn't there. And I really wanted that wireless aspect of it. So you just didn't have to have anything else hooked to it. But yeah, the Bluetooth stuff with the Quest though, I went into it and I'm like, okay, first one I'm going to test is a rhythm game because you have to be spot on, right?
Right.
So I'm like going to pistol whip and it was so off. I was
terrible.
It was like
unplayable.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like at least half a second to a second. I don't know. It was bad. So I kind of dropped that for the moment. So unless they get that Bluetooth audio stuff updated a little better, maybe with some drivers, the latency issues, then maybe it'd be great. But you could use some wired ones. I didn't like them though. The sound quality's not there. But
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
yeah, some other people were saying it jittered in game. So myself and actually VR Mang were actually working closely, trying out some different ones and stuff. He actually had that issue. I didn't notice it with the two sets that I tried. Didn't happen.
The game itself was jittering.
Yeah, so the game
of the
would
Bluetooth.
Which is odd, which is interesting to me. I don't know. Yeah, somebody else said AirPods. I think VR Mang tried AirPods as well.
Yeah,
I did not. So I don't know if it was just something to do with the frequency or what. The load on the, I don't know. Who knows?
Real quick, while we're on this topic and we got the VR ears popped up here, I saw Alex VR hopped in here and he was at CES. So I am curious if he tried these. I would like to get other people's opinions as well. As if he tried these, I would love to hear his thoughts in the chat to see what he thought about them. I'm not sure.
It's so hard at a convention and stuff to try headphones of all things. Visually, sure, but headphones, it's tough.
Yeah, they should have so much noise and there's something. They should have done something to isolate just the sound of, because when you're playing in your VR space, you're not going to have tons of outside noise. Somebody might be doing something in another room or something like that, but I mean the audio level of what's in the room isn't going to be anywhere like a trade show. So he said he did try them. So I'm definitely curious to see what he thought of them, what his takeaway is. Is this something he wants to pick up? Is he interested in them? Or
and Reckoner said he actually likes the audio on the Quest or is okay with it because of what it is and stuff. And I get it. I actually don't mind it for certain things, for showing people if I'm casually sitting on the couch using it, playing Poker Stars or something. But like if I'm playing a shooter, I really want that audio, or like pistol whip or anything with audio. I really want that better sound. So now I throw on a set of headphones, and honestly, I've been using these. I love these headphones.
With the
they
Quest?
were super cheap. Yeah, these are the ones I
Yeah.
actually use with the Quest. So they've got two different jacks. They have the larger, they have the 3.5 and all that stuff, and you swap which side they're plugged in on. And these are the one Dio. I forget what the model is of them. They're like $20 or something, $29, something like that. They have big drivers in them. They sound great. They're super comfortable. I use them for everything now. I really do. It's kind of crazy.
The only thing I hate with headphones and VR is I hate that two-step. I don't want to put my headset on and then put headphones on over it, and you got a cord and
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just prefer, I mean, I like the deluxe audio strap on my Quest. That's what I really like, because you can pop, if you don't want those things right on your ears, you can pop those headphones out. You can still hear. It's great. But I mean, the built-in audio in the Quest is better than the Rift S, I think. It does sound better than the Rift S, and it's not terrible. Like you said, there's certain games. And for me, playing the Rift S, I remember the first time going into Contractors or Pavlov or whatever it was. And I was like, the audio is just, it's not there, you know, for like a competition shooter like that. You know, the spatial audio isn't as good. The
I need that crispy audio, man.
Yeah, the gunshots don't sound as good. It's just audio. I think audio is really very important for certain games. And there's other games, like you said, you know, playing Poker Stars and stuff, you don't need that high-end audio.
I'm surprised we just didn't see anything else come out of CES. I really am. I mean, somebody else working on something, but
it's unfortunate.
Too bad.
It is unfortunate.
I know.
So, I mean, the most exciting thing that we got out of CES was this. The Charmin VR
Did
toilet.
they have stalls of these?
I have no idea. I think they just put out a video. I'm pretty sure they just put out a video just to be funny, but it was pretty funny because we just redid our bathroom downstairs. We had like a half bath on the first level, and we just redid that. And I told the wife we bought these shelves to go like above the toilet, and I was like, we should totally just stick an Oculus Go up there on the shelf from somebody, you know that. And this is dead serious. I told her
mine
that.
In there now.
Yeah, and I told her that, and then like a couple days later, I sent her this, and I was like, look, somebody's actually doing it. So it was pretty funny. But I mean, obviously, I think this is just a joke, but the sanitary things might, how do you keep
That's
that
what I said.
clean? I mean,
I know.
I mean, pink eye just runs rampant.
Like hovering,
you know?
Unless it was just hovering there or something.
I think it does.
Lean up to
I think it does,
know?
but that, I mean, still, I mean, I can't trust that that's going to be clean when I stick my face in it, but. So Alex VR on those headphones real quick. He said the headphone audio quality could be better, but they're sleek. So
yeah,
definitely. I mean, that's kind of seems to be the takeaway so far, is that it could be a little bit better, but
yeah, I'm
still looking forward to trying it out. I am going to get some.
I agree. I mean, for what they were stating, I was expecting at least the same, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. So you wanted to get into something Paradise Decay said, and I didn't.
Oh yeah, so there was an article written, I don't know, maybe a couple days ago, maybe middle of CES. Did you see this by BBC?
I did. I saw a little bit about it. Yeah.
And they basically said that like there wasn't anything at CES VR, and that it's basically a flop in a nutshell. And I'm like, how are they saying this? Like, I don't get why or where this came from. But they actually, because they dropped all their support, essentially. They had and PD, he's still in here, can correct me if I'm wrong. He might know better about this than I do. But they had a department devoted to creating, I think, VR content from the BBC.
Right.
And they actually dropped that support after, I think, 2 years, something like that. I think they had it running. And then this article comes out. So are they just like bitter about it or what? Because I don't know. Maybe they went to a different CES. Maybe that was like a drugstore or something called CES, and there was no VR in there. And I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think a lot of people still have a bad taste in their mouth about VR if they got in too early and thinking that what they were going to do was going to just blow up right away, and that didn't happen.
This is new technology. You're gonna have that. You're gonna. People hated on personal PCs back in the day.
Yeah. And not every company is going to be able to survive, especially in the early days. You know, there's always going to be companies that don't survive. So Alex VR, real quick, said standouts for me were Pimax AKX, which it seems to be the big takeaway from a lot of people.
I agree.
The Tesla suit, Pico VR glasses, and the B haptics. So and
there
B haptics is the one that's going to be on sale for $499. Is that correct?
That's supposedly their price point is $499. Now that is just for the vest.
Right.
The one that makes you look like, you know, you've been working out and it looks like a tactical vest or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Which I think we can show that after. But yeah, I mean, I think we're finally getting to these types of things that are getting to a price point that's purchasable.
Looks right, like
it's pretty awesome.
Suit.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna wear that. I'm not even gonna use it.
Looks like when I take my shirt off.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. Don't do that on stream. But yeah, I mean, this thing does look legit though. I could totally wear this outside of playing in VR. But that, I mean, the price point is what is pretty exciting about this, because
that's what my takeaway.
I mean, it's still a lot of money, but it's not astronomical for. You know.
Most of this stuff we've been seeing though are like $1,000, or it's going to be just for demo or arcade stuff or whatever that may be.
And even the what is that, the sub pack that I have, that's just a base tactile thing that goes in, but I love that thing. It's I mean, it adds a lot to it.
Could you put this on, then put that over it? That would be ridiculous. You would feel like SWAT-like gear at that point, but man,
probably get a little
crazy, right?
Probably a little overheated too. So there is some chat about the Yaw VR, that Yaw VR motion sim rig, and
I know.
We talked about that a little bit earlier, but that is something else that I'm excited for. That I mean, it looks a little ridiculous. Somebody mentioned the Soup Bowl, and it does, you know. But I mean, effectiveness-wise, though,
what was that? There was a TV show, Mork and Mindy or whatever, where he crawled out of an egg, and that's what this looks like to me. Like, looks like a little personal pod or something.
It's not the most appealing visually thing, you know what I mean? But it is cool, and I mean, useful wise, you know, it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's not heavy, you know, it's relatively easy to store. I think
interesting.
I think it's
Alex
really
VR said that he feels you need the whole kit when it comes to the B haptics. So just the vest wasn't really doing it. You need all of it, which they have the face one and stuff, like with the boxing and all that.
Yeah, he said the thrill of the fight, that would be so cool. I love that game too. That game is excellent, but that's so cool.
I get it. I mean, Chris Breezy, pleasure, man.
Chris,
glad you're here.
Thanks for the sub.
I actually know a Chris Brown as well, so
I do too.
But, do you?
Actually, the famous Chris Brown doesn't live too far.
Oh yeah,
from
you
me.
went to school. He was in your. No,
not that.
Class?
Oh, there was that one too. There was but the famous Chris Brown that dated whoever.
Chris Breezy, man.
Yeah, he actually lives in Virginia. He has a house in Virginia. You can see his house, I think, from like 295 or something like that.
You haven't seen him in a while, though. You guys don't go out much anymore, do you?
Nah, not much anymore. Not since he beat up his girlfriend that one time. But anyways. But yeah, so what else do we have from CES? What else? Let me look at here.
Let's see. What else? Pico Neo 2. Did you show that one?
I don't remember. Did we show that one? I think we did.
That's what happens,
we
man.
Did. We
should. 100 people here in chat and stuff, and we go so off topic. It's ridiculous.
This was the big takeaway from CES.
Speaking of, if you've made it this far, stick around till the end of the show.
Oh yeah, the very end. That's all we're gonna say. Anyways, the PS5, we got the actual logo. Huge news from Sony. This took the world by storm. It is so much different from all of their other logos. I can't
even believe it, man.
I almost don't even recognize that this is a PlayStation logo.
Game changer.
Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly, this is. I mean, it's completely what was expected. It doesn't really look like much anything different, but they did put that out there, and they announced some of the VR sales. I think it was 5 million headsets that they've sold now, VR headsets.
Right?
So that's pretty good. That's pretty big. I mean, that was, you know, one of the not the highest quality headset at the time. You know, you could still buy a CV1 and stuff better tracking.
Cheers. Reckoner says we are at 1 hundo. So cheers to that, everybody. Glad you're here.
Yeah, it peaked up there. That's nice. Awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. And big news, you know, 5 million headsets. VR's dead. Right?
Yeah, VR's dead.
Dying, right?
I really can't wait to see what they do with PSVR 2. I am super excited about that, especially if Microsoft, like we've talked about, stays out of the VR game. I will never buy another Xbox again. I can tell you that right now. But I will be buying a PlayStation 5. Yeah, I will be buying a PlayStation 5. I'll probably wait until we actually get a release window for the PSVR, because I probably won't do much with the PlayStation 5 other than VR. So, you know, it's exciting. So, I mean, hopefully, you know, this year we're going to be getting more news. Hopefully we get some PSVR 2 news this year and they don't hold off too much on that. But yeah, not a lot from Sony this year. But
thanks for the likes, VR Spry Guy. We really do appreciate that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I will definitely buy it. I mean, when it comes out, because you know they're going to drop like a good shooter. They're going to launch some really good games with it.
I mean, they're definitely got some. They had really good exclusives on PSVR, on the first PSVR. You know, there was so much good stuff on there. So I imagine they're going to focus on it even more. That they have, you know, a powerful, you know,
audience
compute power. And they have, you know, hopefully, you know, they're going to fix the tracking issues that they've had and do, you know, room scale tracking, better controllers. Yeah. I mean, Sony could really put a hurting on a lot of the other VR companies if they do this right. That's for sure.
Look how many houses they can get a VR headset into, you know, and it's easy. You don't have to know anything about a PC. You know, you don't need to update your Windows and your drivers and worry about what software and update and crap. It's just going to work when you plug it in, you know, which that's all of it, honestly, to me.
Yeah.
for people that don't know VR, and hey, they see their friend playing this game on PlayStation. I want that. I want to try it, So I get
Rizzle
it.
Rock, thank you. PS
Rizzle Rock,
PlayStation
one of our biggest
5
supporters, man. Yep. We really do appreciate that, man.
I think he might be our biggest super chat ever. I believe it was him.
PS5 VR fun. That is awesome. Yeah. Honestly, I never wanted a PlayStation. I really never did. I debated getting one just to try the VR stuff. I just didn't. The controllers kill it for me.
It was hard too because we already had Rifts, and then we had a little bit better experience.
Honestly, if the controllers were good, I would have bought one in a second.
Yeah,
in a second.
That's true.
I really would have.
I think the controllers, and even with the 2MD football that just got released this past week. We talked about that last week, but there was so many PlayStation VR people that said on the video and stuff that they're really excited for the game because they loved it on PlayStation, but they're looking forward to actually having thumbsticks. They're looking forward to playing the game and actually having better control. So for Quest, they were super excited about that. So I mean,
and that's a good forward-facing game too. Yeah. It's not one you need to turn around for and stuff. And we know the tracking works really well for that on PlayStation, just being forward-facing. So I mean, I get it, but hopefully that's something they address as well. The 360 tracking, and I'm sure they will. I mean, they're gonna. You have to know they're gonna put some type of camera in this headset, I would think.
Right. And one other piece of news about a game that we've talked about this game quite a few times. This is Crunch Element did start their Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is live for Crunch Element. I believe it's like 20% funded or something.
They're about to hit 3,000 out of their 10,000 goal. So, puts it at almost 30%. They're 28% price, something like that.
It is pretty cool. I mean, it's like a procedurally generated levels that, I mean, the big standout of this game is the blowing stuff up. You can enter a building by blowing it up anywhere on the building. It's not like certain areas. You can blow holes in it and charge. It is cool. I mean, we've played this. We've had this for a little while, the early access to this game, and we've played it quite a bit, and it has improved. I
like the colors and stuff of it, too.
Yeah,
the colors are really cool. The electrically charged looking stuff with your shots and the blocks when you blow them up, stuff like that, really pops and really looks good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's going to be pretty cool. It is still... I mean, I know from what I've heard as the Kickstarter goes live and stuff, and if it gets funded and all that, his plans is to kind of go full time, full bore on this game.
Man. I know. Well, that was my point. This has been a side project for him.
Right.
So where it's at now for being like a side project is really unbelievable, and how fast it has progressed, and it's one guy working on it basically.
I mean, it still needs some improvements in the AI and a little bit of performance improvements and stuff,
visually, and where
so
it
far,
could be, exactly. And with this funding, maybe that is what is going to solve all those little issues that we feel he is addressing and has talked about that too. So I think it's great. Yeah.
I mean, it is really cool to be able to grab that. I mean, basically you start out in a truck, in the back of a truck, an armored truck that you can grab the weapons and everything that you want, and grabbing these, the explosive devices that you can stick on the building and then stepping back and blowing that up. It is cool. And you can climb up the buildings. And
so PD was just saying here in chat too, that he said he really liked it, but he couldn't get to blow the walls apart, breach them. But you do get a trigger then.
No,
right? Is it
it's I can't remember if it's the X button. It's one of the buttons on one of the controllers. I can't remember. I was actually just in it the other day.
Once you place it, you have a controller in your hand.
You have to step back,
go around a corner, and boosh.
Well, you don't have a controller. It's just a button press on your touch controller. So if you're playing it on touch,
I thought there was like a controller stick in your hand still, wasn't there?
I don't think there might be a different explosive, but the one explosive charge, you just step back, and I think you hit either like X or A or B or something. I can't remember. I'll have to go back in and see which button it was. But that's how you actually got the explosive charge to blow up. And I think one of the other ones you could stick on there and shoot it to blow it up as well. But that was one of the standouts to me. That was the best thing. Man. Drinking too much coffee?
Ooh, yeah.
But that to me was one of the best things about the game, and that's where I think that I look forward to him expanding on that. And I know he did talk about doing some co-op stuff. I think some 2v2 type stuff, and stuff like that. So that if that happens, that'll really interest me. So,
I should look myself. I don't even know what what was the lowest buy-in for Crunch Element.
I'm not sure.
I didn't even actually see. I'll go look real quick. You got it. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think the game is going to be awesome. I'm just super stoked about the colors on it. I love the visual look on it and the index and stuff. I think it looks really great. Has he talked about trying to release on like Quest at all?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
I think earlier he said he would like to address it after the fact.
Yeah, possibly. I'm not sure. So right now, like you said, it's almost 3,000 out of a 10,000 goal, 121 backers,
30%.
24 days to go.
Yep.
So
That's cool.
And I
Awesome. Good for him, man. Yeah, it's great.
I think the cheapest
right there,
buy
20?
is where?
Is it 20? Up on the right. It'll be at the top on the right.
I'm probably making everybody sick scrolling so fast. Oh, here we go.
Can they see this? I don't think they can see this, can they?
Yeah, they can see this. Yep.
Oh, 15.
So $5. So $5 is the believer, but that's not going to get you the game. I think the cheapest to get the game,
15,
I think was
Yep.
So 15, get a
receive
a copy of
copy.
Crunch
Yep.
Element,
Cool.
on early access release while help fund the development.
That's awesome. Yep.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yep. The other one I was surprised that's going to Kickstarter was so Rebuff is actually sending their headphones to Kickstarter, even though they're ready.
Yeah, they are doing a Kickstarter that starts in January. They are doing a Kickstarter, yeah. But we talked about that 20% or the 40% discount if you do a early bird.
Oh, PD said that the developer for Crunch Element is actually in chat too, which I didn't catch. Oh, Blake, there he is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
There he is. Yep, very cool.
Full time on this, regardless of Kickstarter's results. Resources will 100% go to scaling this project up and fixing bugs like detonation issues. So
nice. That's awesome. Cheers to that, man. Yeah, because some people, if they don't get full funding too, they just drop it. Yeah. You know, I think that's a great thing. I really think you have something great there too.
I think the game's too far along to drop now. It'd be terrible to drop it now. So that's good to hear. So, and I actually haven't had the detonation issues. I was just in this game. I was just in it 2 days ago or something like that. I was on it. I was actually playing it on the Quest through the link cable. So it worked for me. It was working good for me. So it is cool. I mean, I definitely am looking forward to some of the improvements he's talked about doing, and all that. And anything that people have told him so far, he has worked on improving and stuff. So
I know,
definitely really cool. So
it's just time. Stuff takes so long. One little bug can drive you crazy for, all the devs we talk to. It's like, you can't squash one, quick. Yeah. It doesn't happen because you change one thing in code, changes the rest. It's like...
Did you get that Kickstarter in the description too? I think that's in there.
I did, yes. Okay, it is in the description, yep.
Jason said, dev for drop-in here should hook up in the future for the Crunch Element. That's cool. That would be a good collab right there. That would be interesting. Too. So, definitely check out that Kickstarter. I think it was, what did I say, for a month? I think it's going just about somewhere around there.
Yep.
So
that would be a good collaboration, actually. Yeah.
But there's a lot of people excited for Crunch Element. I mean, the trailer and stuff looks excellent. I mean, it really does look that trailer. Good. And like you said, the colors and stuff of the game are.
And I know really he improved the AI even already.
Yeah. So
that was our one big number one thing for him, and he already jumped on that. So, and I agree it did need some work, and he did. I mean, that's what I mean. He addresses all of it, So that's what's cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the finished product is going to be. I think it's going to be quite a bit of fun.
And he said Quest is on the roadmap for it.
Nice.
Which is awesome. I know that's everybody's.
I think everybody that makes a VR game should try to get on Quest because that's the big market right now. There's so many of them getting sold, and actually people are finally starting to. I mean, there's some Quest shipments that weren't supposed to be coming out until later that are showing up at people's doors. So people that weren't expecting to get the Quest as early as they are, and it's popped up. I can't even tell you how many times over the past week being available on Walmart, Best Buy. I actually a relative had been trying to get one, and I sent them a link a couple times of order quick, it's available, and it would sell out right away. They did end up getting one. They ended up getting 128 gig. Yeah, that was all that was left. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so if you keep an eye out and you haven't got your Quest yet, they are popping up all over the place. So
I know, it's crazy though how many people are wanting it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a great headset.
I know. I'm still surprised we didn't get more from Quest-oriented stuff out of CES though, aren't you? I mean, a little bit at this point. I really am.
I am, but I mean, you mean like accessories and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
It is weird. I don't know, and this is the first really big trade show of the year, so I'm hoping as it goes through, we're going to see a lot more, and hopefully the Rebuff Reality can, with their VR ears, hopefully they can make some improvements on the final product and all that, and hopefully I'm hoping the price will come down a little bit, but. At least it is something. But I am surprised that there wasn't more. But
I see everyone's asking Blake from Crunch Element everything about his game and stuff, supporting Index.
Yeah, it does support Index. It plays on Index.
Yeah. Yep. I actually already played that. Yeah. Yep. What else was it? There's one more too.
Yep.
And Trevor Jones backed it and stuff. Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
Greg's VR said all devs should be porting down to Quest from PC. If they're on PC, so everyone wins. Yeah, I agree. I would rather
Yep.
see it ported from PC to
Yep.
Quest instead of the other way around. Oh, somebody asked about the controllers. Oh yeah, Jason.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
get back into it.
If
but
you
yes,
did miss
I
the
just got
story,
'em,
that
yeah.
was
Yep.
Jason was the one. It was in his game drop-in that the original controller got broken. And if you missed that story from I don't know how many weeks back it was,
Yep.
that was where it all originated. So
I don't have to blame you anymore, Jason.
Yeah.
No,
You
kidding.
just can't play
he was
drop-in
nice
anymore.
enough to offer me his Vive ones just to
Yeah.
use until they came. So
It's just too
which was
bad.
nice, but it was not his fault. It was totally my fault.
It was your fault, but
can't help it,
you
man.
can climb in the game drop in, and I think it might
We
have
were
been my
going way
fault
too
too
hard.
because we were just being ridiculous, and I think I was about to shoot you, and you ran around the one side of a wall and went to climb up the wall real quick and throw yourself up, kind of running away from me, and that was
We were
when
just massacring each other. Just
yeah.
It was amazing. The first time we went in and we all jumped in together, all three of us in the dev area and stuff. And when you go in on the table, there was a bazooka right there on the table.
How do you not
and
pick
we
up
all
that,
go in
you
at
know?
the same time. And well, actually,
Yeah.
no, Jason and I were in before you. And I saw you pop in and I looked over and all I said was, "Oh no." And first thing Sean turns, runs over, grabs it, turns around and blows both of us up. And I'm like, really?
I mean,
Like,
that's
so
what I
then
do.
it just started into chaos then for the next
Yeah.
2 hours. But
Yeah.
it's bad.
Pretty awesome.
Anyways, yeah, lots of fun. But that would be a great
he said
team.
he's worked on the climbing and dropping as well some more.
Yeah,
so
I
he
know,
said you
saw
need to
that,
jump
yeah.
back in there and test. So we will
That's
have to
awesome.
do that.
Good.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. That's cool. I know.
Yep.
Finally some controllers. Good stuff,
Yep.
man.
Haven't even
I was
opened them yet.
No, I haven't. But I don't even think you can still order them, can you? I don't
No,
think
I still think you can't order.
because I was set to get notified if they did come up for purchase, but
Yeah,
I think I saw them, so yeah.
pretty awesome. Excited for that. So
All out for 'em. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm looking at all the chat stuff. It's awesome.
thinking there was another. Oh, we did want to talk about, and this is a game that we talked about a long time ago. I've actually seen this on Steam's upcoming thing for a long time, but it is supposed to come out.
Oh yeah.
In January, so it is supposed to come out this month. And this is Powder VR. So this is not really something new that we've never talked about before, but supposedly it is finally launching, which should be pretty cool. And
I think it looks awesome.
it does look awesome. I mean,
I'm
these kind of games like the skateboarding game. What was the name of the skateboarding game? I can't remember now. The VR skate, I think it was.
Yeah.
So that like these kind of games look awesome because they kind of take me back to that time of playing these kind of games on PlayStation and all that kind of stuff.
Like the jumps, like not like here. Pushing the limits of that is what I like because your stomach has to just drop out,
That's a cool feeling.
I love all the classic snowboarding games from what would that have been that I was playing those on? Back to Dreamcast and exactly.
Yeah, old school.
Just trying to nail the jumps and the rhythm sections and stuff. I love all that.
Yeah.
So if it does anything close to that, I'm all in. And it's open world, like freestyle,
You know what I
so you
just
can
thought
go
of?
any direction. What?
I just had an idea.
Oh no.
You know your bungee setup?
Oh,
this would be perfect. No, think about it. You can hook up to the bungee setup. You're skiing down the thing. You want to do like a jump with like a nose grab. You can actually do that. You know what I mean? You can actually get airborne. You just got to like raise the tension up so you're like barely touching the ground at all times.
I gotta realize what this does for my lower section. Right?
Yeah, it's probably really good for you because you jump in and it kind of stretches out your spinal cord and everything. So it's probably really good for your back.
Right. That's what I was thinking too.
I highly recommend as many face plants and backflips and stuff as you can possibly do.
I know. Yeah,
right?
Oh,
I really need to get over there. I really need to get over there and try that thing.
Oh my gosh.
So that video, that trailer actually said available December 2019, and that didn't happen. So they have pushed it to January 2020. So that is anytime this month is supposedly, and hopefully it doesn't get pushed back anymore. But yeah.
What was that?
That was the
SSX
snowboarding one.
Tricky or something like that. I forget. Yeah.
I don't remember.
The boost. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was good stuff.
Yeah,
I loved all those.
For sure.
1080. That was a good one. I had all of those. So good. I know. Just like the skateboarding, man. We need those. I want to see the skate one too, the VR skate.
Yeah. Hopefully that. I haven't seen anything about that lately. Hopefully he's making some good progress on that one. That is one that I'm excited about. But.
Yep. Cool borders. There were so many. I think I owned every like snowboarding game there was.
Yeah, snowboarding, skateboarding game. Like I remember the one skateboarding game on PlayStation 1, I think it was. It was just called Skate. And it had like some cool music and stuff in it. Like we used to get together with friends.
The skate letters and stuff.
I mean, Tony Hawk, you had to do all that stuff too, where you got the tapes.
Oh, maybe that
and all
was Tony
stuff.
Hawk, yeah.
But good times,
so
good times.
I know.
But,
gosh, this coffee, man. Whew.
What else you got? What else you got you wanted to get into?
Shakes here. God, now you're scaring me about that bungee.
Just do it.
Dude, that scares the crap out of me
Just
now.
do it and never look back.
I know.
It's the only way.
I won't be able to because my face will be smashed in by that point. Horrible,
man.
man.
So cool.
Let me see, so I don't get too close. See, we talked about the wireless stuff in the Pimax.
Yep.
Panasonic. The Vive Pro permanent price of $599.
Yeah,
now.
they did drop that.
Permanent price. So
yeah, that's actually cheaper than you can buy a Cosmos, but
right.
It's only the headset, so it's the Vive Pro headset only. It
Correct.
is not any of the lighthouses or controllers.
But they do have, a nice audio strap and all that stuff now built into it and everything.
Yeah,
so I do, it's you don't really need to get a lot more for it.
Right.
The Vive Pro, already have the Lighthouse stuff. I mean, that's probably a good buy.
Yeah, the Vive Pro is a great headset. It really is. And even with the Pimax, we talked about if you have the original Vive, and you already have controllers and lighthouses, that Pimax Artisan headset for $449 is an excellent purchase. It really is. I mean, I think that's going to be the main selling point for that headset. But
trick style, jet grind radio, all those are so good.
Yeah,
I actually have a bunch of those that I've been, and some even been repurchasing, were Dreamcast games. So like jet grind radio and all those I've actually been rebuying because I want to go back and play some of them.
Yeah, pretty cool.
For another day.
So I think that is pretty much all we have for today. Make sure that you sign up for that Gleam competition. Don't forget to sign up for the Gleam competition. That's a pretty big one that hopefully it'd be pretty exciting to win. I mean, it's hard to get Oculus codes. It's hard to get Oculus. I mean, you can't buy Oculus gift cards. It'll be so much easier for us to do this kind of stuff once you can do that. But super excited to give away $20 at the Oculus store. That is going to be awesome. So make sure you sign up for that.
Radio. That's what it was. God, there's so many good games.
So many good things.
So bad.
But make sure you hit the like button.
We'll have another one too. We'll run another competition as well.
So we like to do those, and we also like to give away codes in the chat and stuff. But some people feel like it's a little bit unfair depending on their internet connection and stuff. So we try to mix it up. We'll still do all of them, but make sure you sign up for that. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We definitely enjoy being here with you every Saturday morning. And we do have a game coming up, hopefully here pretty soon, that we're going to do a video on. That is pretty exciting game. So
we've got lots of exciting stuff going on the back burner still.
Time is just time is our biggest enemy. It's our biggest enemy is having the time to get everything done that we want to do. We have big ideas, but time gets in the way.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So. Yep. We will definitely see you next week or sometime.
Sure. Or shortly. All right, guys. All right. We won't keep you hanging. We'll see you back here or see you in VR.
Later, everybody.
Later, guys.
I'm actually going to mute us this time. We are back. We're back for a little encore today. A little hangout, chill, chat. You know what I'm saying?
A little something like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
we got some chill music in the background.
Yeah, right. Thanks for being here, guys.
We just wanted to take a moment and just hang out with everybody, just kind of chill, talk, no topics to really talk about, just see what chat is talking about here and kind of see what they're doing. And
for most people too, like, a lot of people don't join us for coffee either, right? I mean, late in the day, whatever that may be, not everybody's watching us. The lights are, aren't they? It's darker in this bar.
Yeah, the lighting isn't as good. The overhead lights, they're kind of blacked out at the bottom, so yeah, the lighting it gets a little funny. So
I'm actually gonna switch.
People are saying
coffee.
Encore. Yeah, I have my copper mug here.
So I've been saving over here a little pouch. I actually stole my wife's wine koozie deal.
Oh,
so actually, I'm gonna pull out an adult beverage. It's lunchtime here, so right, it's the weekend.
Yeah,
fair enough. Why not?
Fair enough.
Yeah, why not?
So VR Spry guy said, "I've got coffee still."
Right.
So,
see, exactly.
Okay, more coffee. Nice
so
background setting.
We don't encourage you to do any of this, but yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Oh yeah. So yeah, glad you guys are here. I'm super stoked though about everything from CES. Truthfully.
Yeah, I really am too. Yeah. It's definitely an exciting time. 2020 is going to be. 2020, I really think it's going to blow up VR. So Alex VR said, I'm laying in bed in a hotel in Vegas, relaxing for the first time since I got here Monday. So I'm sure it's been an absolutely crazy week with CES. I'm sure there's been not much time to relax. That's pretty cool. Let's Chat 6 said, how'd you get to the bar so fast?
I told you, man.
I mean, we're a little bit out of breath.
Our studio is actually right on the other side of this wall. So we did was right around the corner.
We just ran around.
Yep. So I'm actually I'm gonna sip on a little bit of this Christmas ale. Great Lakes, kind of a local brewery. It's gotten pretty big, makes a Christmas ale, and I'm actually drinking it out of one of their Christmas glasses, which looks like a Christmas sweater.
Pretty awesome.
So cheers to that. Cheers to you guys being here.
German Rifter said it's after 5 p.m. in Germany, so cheers.
See, that's why.
Yeah, depending on where you're at. Yeah, it's not always morning coffee time for everybody like it is for us. So.
I know.
So Oculus Quest Fund said, I work for Pepsi. We distribute Starbucks. Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah, that's awesome. So does Pepsi own Starbucks?
Well, like the cold brew coffees and stuff.
Oh, okay.
They may. I'm assuming they may have like a I don't know. They work with them and bottle it all and do it all.
Yeah, I'm
Could
not
be.
Sure.
I don't know if they actually run by it or not, but.
Yeah, that's pretty
good
cool.
Point.
So if you are new to the show and you're just popping in now, this is a little encore after show that we're doing for the first time ever. That we're just kind of chilling and hanging out and reading the chat. Yep. So feel free to take part in the chat. This isn't our normal show if you're just popping in here, but awesome.
We're not going anywhere. We usually sit here anyways and just BS between us. So yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what we do. So.
Yep, man. I wish we would have been at CES though.
Yeah, CES next year for sure.
I know.
Next year for sure, 2021. So, and we do have some other ones lined up for this year that we are going to. Yep. So yeah, so Alex VR.
We'll let the after party know that we have some plans already. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. So Alex VR said, I think I did like 15 to 20 interviews, demoed and talked to so many booths, so much editing to do. Yeah,
right. I know it is. That's crazy. A bad thing. You get so much footage, and it's like hours of footage to have to go through, and it's hard. Even when we do recordings, it's like it takes so long just to compress one video into a couple minutes, and be a good couple minutes. I mean, he knows how that goes. It's just
that's what that little Quest link video that we put out yesterday, I think it was like a 4-minute video, and I was texting you yesterday. I was like, this seems absolutely ridiculous that it took me 2 days to try to make a 4-minute video. It's definitely still, I mean, and part of it is just doing things and then redoing it because something wasn't, what I wanted it to be or like and it's just, I mean, these people that are, YouTubers that do this for a living and stuff, it seems like such a easy thing to do. You pop out a 10-minute video here and there and stuff, but they really don't see all the work that goes into it. It does take a lot of work doing all and a lot of equipment. I've had to buy my wife got me that Sony camera for Christmas, which has been really awesome.
They're great.
That really helps, and I'm still trying to get all the lighting and everything with all that really good, but it does help to have some good equipment, and it's slowly getting better. And I also I don't know if anybody's interested in this, but I would like to at some point do a VR room tour. So I've talked about doing a video showing my whole setup and showing the VR room and the stuff I have in here, where my play space is, the PC
and I've been wanting to too, but with my situation is I literally have to build half a house.
Yeah.
I have to finish my whole basement. So
Yeah.
I don't think everyone wants to watch me put up stud walls, and I'm sure I might show a little bit of it.
Yeah,
but,
I really think you should do a video of the whole process and then kind of shorten it down, do some time-lapse stuff, you know, and I think it'd be cool because I know when I was at your house the last time and you were walking me through the whole process of how you want to do everything, the setup of everything and stuff. It was really cool. So I can't wait for that space. And I think it would be something, and people can say if that's something they're interested in seeing. But I mean, even for like streaming stuff, like what we're doing right now, like I like to watch people's videos to see, you know, what their streaming setup and stuff is. I think it's really cool. So I do want to do that.
We gotta jump over chat here because I do want to talk to everybody here. Let's see, Stupid Zombie said after 3 months of packing, moving, getting place, nice to chill, which I totally get that. I mean, that's why I haven't even gotten to building all my stuff yet. I'm finally just getting settled to where I can actually play stuff, got my controllers back. I really want to get some VR time in tomorrow. I'm actually going to get some VR stuff in tonight. We both moved this year, so it's been crazy. Yep. But I'm actually going to get some VR stuff in tonight with the nephew because he's coming over. He's hanging out with us tonight and spend the night. And I got to build some of the Labo stuff. And I've got one more set to build with them, which is the bazooka. So it's this big bazooka, and you put the switch in it and stuff, and you look through it. And so I'll get to play with him and build that with him. So I will get to do that at least. And then hopefully some PC VR tomorrow.
Yeah. Steven Sales said, just received my Go Quest VR head strap. I like it, but don't have a lot of time with it. So I am curious about that. They have, it's not a deluxe audio strap. It doesn't have audio built into it, but it is supposed to be a more comfortable head strap for the Quest. That's interesting. I definitely would like to know more about that.
German Rifter said, are you considering an RR t-shirt? And we are actually in the works of that stuff right now.
Yeah.
We have some really cool stuff we're working on for some things. Yes, we are.
We need to get some more stuff on that store. We kind of did the mugs and stuff right off the bat. We even have other ideas for mugs and stuff that we want to do. So we do have plans for that. It's just
I know. We do get people asking and stuff, and we devote all our time to video stuff that it's hard, but
or just playing. Absolutely. I mean, a lot of the times, you know, because to be able to talk about stuff, you got to play a lot of games. So
we spend a minute to play, right?
Yeah, we spend a lot of times playing games and stuff too. But
I know we go back to old stuff too to play. You know, we always do. It's crazy. Yeah.
So Steve said that intro was well done. So that was actually the first time I ever used that coffee maker. It was kind of fun to I was actually a little bit of testing out the coffee maker as well as testing out the new camera. I just wanted to just play with it. I just wanted to play with it. So that was just kind of something I threw together real quick. And I thought it would be cool to do a little intro on the show, you know, do the coffee intro. So too bad we had the technical difficulties at the beginning where
I know, right?
I switched over and you were just frozen there, and I was like, oh no, this isn't good.
Well, the second, so this is behind the scenes stuff. I wouldn't normally say this, but like, so when you started it and you started the coffee video, it instantly froze up my stream.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It froze it up for whatever reason. It locked it up,
and you couldn't. I couldn't hear you because you were like, I lost the connection to Skype or whatever. So you didn't. I couldn't hear you if you said anything to me. So I switched over, and I was like, oh no. And then for that split second of like panic, I'm like, should I just switch back to the beginning scene or what should I do? I was like, no, like I'll just try to get him in here. We'll just recall him. Everything's
live
good.
Struggles are real.
Yeah,
man.
being
it's
live
crazy.
Really is a lot more.
I know,
it's a lot of work.
It is.
And you just never know what's going to go wrong. I mean, at any moment something catastrophic could happen, and the whole thing is down, and you got to start over, and it's terrible. But
I know. And we've been talking about doing like some coffee videos and stuff. So you tested the camera out. You didn't even tell me, and you're like, check this out. Tell me, what do you think? And I'm like, oh, it's sweet, man, because I've been talking about wanting to do it. I actually am a huge fan of Peter McKinnon.
Yeah.
And so that goes back.
He did a cool coffee video. Actually, he's got a really cool coffee video.
He used to do all kinds of coffee videos. He still does. But man, his stuff is just so good. Like, I love his channel. Super good dude, in it for the right reasons. And I feel like him, and he has a friend, Maddie, who they kind of met and stuff early on when they started doing stuff on YouTube, and actually had a studio together, and now recently not. But I feel like that's us.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. You know, I wish we didn't live so far away. I wish we did have a studio that was actually
that's why
together.
we have VR, man.
I know that is
honestly,
it is true.
It's like encompassing of the like what we do too. Like it brings you closer, you know, to people you can't be close to. So
it's pretty awesome.
Cheers to that. Anybody's 5 o'clock, and up, relaxing.
So I was actually scrolled up. I missed a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I know, right? That's why I keep trying to. Oh yeah. So did I.
So what does it say on Tyler's T-shirt? Any mention of pancake on there? Does it say anything about pancake gaming?
This is not a pancake. Yeah, it's actually.
What does it all say?
It is the definition of like VR gamer. Good question. I forget. A person who has realized that actual reality is too boring.
It's too boring. That is a pretty cool shirt. Right? So
these purple lights down here are too bright. The bar, man.
I actually forgot about this too.
Oh, there you go.
A little reward for the people that stayed so long to hang out with us afterwards. I thought that'd be cool to.
Yeah, we were saving that till the end for you guys. Yeah.
Yep. I almost forgot.
I know, right?
So.
Oh yeah, shoot, I'm missing all this stuff. Dang, yeah.
Oh yeah, so the VR wife life, when I was making that coffee video, so I made the whole video and then I made the coffee and I left it sitting in the kitchen. I was like, oh, let me run upstairs real quick and put the video.
She drank it?
No, she stole it. So I was trying to put the video on the computer and she comes up here and she's like, oh, I made a mocha out of your coffee. And I was like, what do you mean out of my coffee? She literally took my coffee that I made in that video out of my cup, put it in her own cup and she made like a homemade hot fudge sauce. It was really good. She made
that's pretty cool.
It was so good, the mocha that she made, but I only got like 2 sips and then next thing I knew it was gone. But yeah, she did steal. So she said it was. She said I won and made a delicious mocha while you were making the video.
That's hilarious. What about awesome. Yaw VR? Trevor was asking for the racing sims. Honestly, anything, any type of motion for racing sim.
Yeah, I'm excited about that product. I don't remember what the price tag was now. I think it's like 2,000. Is that right? Maybe somebody can remember, but I mean,
I thought it was, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see those kind of things, the price come down, because they are going to come down, and that is something. I want a motion sim rig, but I don't want to spend a ton of money, and I don't want something that's going to take up a ton of room in the VR room. You know, I want something that can kind of be put away. But I mean, I like the racing simulators. I think you're a little bit more into them than I am. But if I had motion, if I had a fan and a motion sim rig, that I might, I would be totally addicted, I think. But so. Tom Mahadi said, morning beer. I just picked up some. Oh, your beer belonged to us. May have to have it for breakfast. It tastes like grapefruit.
Yep. It's lunchtime awesome. Here, man. I need a downer. I had way too many uppers today, man. I was getting shaky on that Major Dickinson. It's good stuff. That's the rated, I think, in the 70s or 90s or something like that of I don't know if it's in coffee sales or what, but it's up there.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
So Paradise Decay said, I played a game late last year, and on the desk was a picture frame with my logo on it. It was a really cool wow moment. The game had taken my Steam profile image. That's really cool. With that Holoception, we have one of our coffee mugs on Holoception. And the last video we made of Lo-Fi, which I might have to do another Lo-Fi video here pretty soon because he's done some more updates that I can't wait to see. But in the video, there was a coffee mug in that diner, and I picked up and I said, oh, look, a Rendered Reality coffee mug, just joking. And I overlaid the image, not trying to really make it look real. But he actually said, send me over a good image and I'll get it in the game. So that's going to be cool. I definitely can. We actually need to send that over to him still. That's going to be really cool. So yeah, it's really cool to see that kind of stuff in VR.
Yeah, Alex VR says he thinks it's like 1.3, like 1,300.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, as long as it keeps coming down. There,
honestly, if it gets to 1,000 or under, or like $800, I mean, just for the platform that would go under the seat, not a frame, not anything. Just for that.
There are some that you can get now that are pretty cheap for just ones that go under like a racing seat. I've seen. Yeah, they are coming down.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's happening. I know.
Because I've been in some chats and stuff talking about that with people, and people have recommended some stuff like that were pretty affordable. So some person said, PD played a game? ? Yeah, PD doesn't play any games. I don't think he plays. I don't think he plays that many games. He's probably single-handedly played more VR games than probably. I mean, is there like a Guinness World Record for this? Because I think we need to get him entered into that book. I feel like that would be pretty cool.
There's proof at least on Steam of like what you've played.
So Steve XM said, what flat games have you guys been playing, if not any mobile? I haven't actually played a flat game in a long time. Mobile games, I don't do a lot of. The last one that I was addicted to was Dig This. It's like where you have the ball in the sand and you have to try to get it to the. I know it's super corny, but
you buy into all that I
got addicted to
stuff. Don't do all that, man.
No, this was something. I think the mother-in-law or somebody was playing it, and they were showing me, and I was like, I want to do that. And
they push cool. that. They push all that stuff to like the social media stuff, and then people see it on on their gram pop up, and then they click on it.
My wife plays a lot of the hidden images, like the hidden images in a picture, and you got to find all the things she loves. Those kind of games. So we need to get something really good like that in VR. She would love it.
When I get like this craving, and I'm like sitting on a couch, and I only have my phone or something. Key in chat. Somebody hasn't picked that up already.
Oh, nice.
For drop-in. Super cool, Jason. That's awesome.
Closed alpha key.
Right?
Pretty cool.
That's sweet. I've played some PUBG and stuff. I have a lot of fun playing PUBG
on your phone,
on my phone.
Yeah. I've never tried that. I feel like
so good,
the
dude.
controls
We
would
could
be
team
so
up
weird.
in there. You could run squads and stuff even.
I don't need something else to take my time though, because I'll get.
Well, it's like laying in bed. Like
Yeah.
if the wife's sleeping, throw up a set of headphones on and sit there.
Can you talk back and forth? Could we talk back and forth? Like strategize?
I've never played.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wait, I
mean,
think
probably.
you can, because when I'm with other people, I think I can hear them. So
yeah, so that would be cool. Actually, I might try that. That wouldn't be bad.
No.
But hidden object games, yeah, good way to kill time. That's what the wife loves, the hidden object games.
Try iRacing. Nuno asked if I've tried iRacing. I actually haven't. I haven't played it.
Either.
I just get so into my setups with Assetto and Project Cars.
I need to go back into Assetto. That was actually the big holdup. We talked about how we were going to do a dual stream, and you had all of this stuff set up for Assetto Corsa. We were going to jump in. I was like, cool, let's do this real quick. I got the racing seat out, got everything set up, and I hopped in Assetto Corsa. And every time I went in, it would put me in a theater mode where I could see Assetto Corsa on the screen, but I wasn't in VR. It was just on a theater mode, and I've never had that happen to me before in Assetto Corsa. And we said something in the Discord, and somebody said that if I make sure this one setting wasn't checked, so I need to go back in and check that. But we met. I like restarted the PC. I was like, I could go into Project Cars and whatever else, fine, but that one game, it just would not like recognize, and it was so weird. I don't know why. I was on the index. It was in Steam. Dude. I have no idea.
Oh man, I'm not even at the bottom of chat. Chat's killing me right now. So T-Dub said that the Pro version is 2,000.
Okay, maybe that's
and
what I saw.
150 plus shipping. So that puts it right around that mark, which I thought it was right around that too.
Yeah.
Who else? VR Sprague, I said I'm interested in finding out if Tyler drinks beer as fast as he does coffee.
Probably not. Probably not.
Beer.
I don't know.
Not beer, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, see, my problem with like beer is I like thicker stuff, right? So I drink a lot of stouts, porters, stuff like that. I drink a lot of like coffee porters and stuff. That's my go-to when I go places. But you can't drink a lot of them.
Coffee.
Right. I know, it's bad. Everywhere I go, it's like a mocha porter stout something or other, you know. But for me, beer I can't drink a lot of. But I drink a lot of like mixed drinks and stuff too. Is what I prefer. A lot of Bacardi. I typically keep Bacardi stocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me.
So Greg's VR said iRacing is a money pit. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because don't you have to buy every track or something?
I think you have to buy a lot of stuff
like that. Yeah, it's something like that.
Or it's a membership. It might be a membership kind of thing.
Maybe they might have that as well. Yeah.
So Nick GB said, "Sup guys, cheers." So.
Cheers, man.
To him.
Cheers to that.
We're having a little after show party today. A little after show chill and chat party.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
PD said he played Call of Duty over Christmas. The new
I did. Did I talk about that on the show? I think I did.
No. What? Did you get to try it?
Well, my nephew had it. So my nephew got the new Call of Duty for Christmas, and I haven't played Call of Duty in a long time. So when I was over at their house, he went upstairs to play, and I was like, well, I'm going to go up and play. So we just kind of took turns back and forth playing. Sure. And he was laughing at me because he was saying how when I play that game, like when somebody comes around a corner or something, like my whole body moves around. And I was like, I'm just used to it. Like in VR, when you're shooting and somebody goes to shoot at you, you can kind of duck and weave a little bit. And that's what I didn't even realize I was doing it. But he was like, why do you keep moving like that? And I was like, I have no idea. Like I didn't even realize I was. I guess it's just natural. But
yeah, people are asking, or like, are we still live? And yes, we are still live. This is the after show.
Yeah, after show.
We should have put a sign up or something above so people coming in like late to the game.
Oh yeah, we should have. We should have. Yeah.
We switched from coffee to adult beverages, and we're just kind of throwing it out the window at this point. But yeah, just to hang out, something to do. We sit here for probably a good half hour. Yeah. Not that we're going to now. We'll probably wrap this up shortly. But yeah,
we usually just hang out on Skype and sit here and talk back and forth about things that happen on the show or whatever.
Yeah, I mean other stuff, and people drop stuff to us a lot while we're live.
Yeah,
on our Discord and personal, messages that we're like, oh man, we found that out because they saw us on.
And a lot of people post mugshots during the show. Make sure you join the Discord if you're not in there. So Vindaloo said, for Assetto Corsa, get Content Manager plus Custom Shaders Patch plus SOL.
I heard SOL
all free
nice
mods.
too.
Yeah. So he said Custom Shaders Patch. It's pretty awesome. So Jason said subscription and also fees for major tournaments. That's probably an iRacing.
Cars, everything needs tracks and cars all have to be purchased, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, if a game like that is worth it, I mean, it keeps you in there, I guess, because once you invest into it, you're not going to leave that game.
Yeah, you want to keep going
back. So it keeps players in there. I mean, is there a lot of like online races, or are you doing it all locally? I wonder if the multiplayer and stuff, how big is it too?
Yeah, I think iRacing is pretty big because that's, flat and in VR. So I think the flat scene for iRacing is pretty big if I am not mistaken.
Greg's hasn't played COD since Modern Warfare 2. Yeah,
that was really, I loved the first and second Modern Warfare. Those were, which one was it that had 2v2? I think it was the second one. We used to do that all the time.
Oh man, yeah. I love 2v2.
I do too, because
Halo. Oh my gosh, it's so
like 2 versus 2. I always like because fun. It was when you're playing online, you get matched up with a lot of random people and stuff. But 2 versus 2, it was complete strategy. Like if it was me and you versus 2 other people, even if those 2 people were way better than us, as long as we had the better strategy, we could beat them. And we always had a good strategy. Like
our communication was money.
Yeah, it was so fun.
It was so good. Like,
that's why I like multiplayer games so much. Even like the battle royale games, when you can have a team, it's a team of 2 people or whatever in battle royale. I love that because it's so much strategy to where you can work together to move from place to place. Weapons like, hey, what gun do you have? I found this over here. Do you need this? Hey, I'm running low on ammo. Can you give me some ammo? It's just so much better with somebody else.
Can we turn that club music up a little bit? I like that music.
Did somebody say it needs to go up?
No, I did. Or is it if it's too loud? Somebody.
Yeah, I don't know how loud it is for them. So if it is too loud,
I love this music for whatever reason.
Yeah, we were trying to find some cool, just chill music for this, and this definitely worked out pretty good. But
man, yeah, Modern Warfare. I haven't got like the new COD. Like, I just don't have any desire.
Gamertag just hopped in and he said, "What is this? A vape shop?" I should have got a smoke machine behind me, just smoke billowing out that like a smoke machine. But
so GT, welcome to Vaping VR, man. Good to have you here. Let me get my.
That's like that feel reel. You could just wear a feel reel mask and it'd be the same thing.
Yeah, right. Dude, no, so they're like making all that illegal because they're considering it all the vaping stuff.
Yeah, it's like FDA regulated
under the
and
same
stuff
restrictions now that vaping has.
It probably should be. I mean, you're blowing a bunch of chemicals in your face. But GT, if you're late, if you just showed up, this is a little bit of an after show party we're having. We're just hanging out, chilling, talking to chat for a little bit. That's basically what's going on here. Like Tyler said, we probably should have put a sign up here or something that said after party or something. I don't know. Maybe next time. If we do this again, we'll get like a neon sign for up there. It says after
right,
party.
There you go. Yeah, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh, man, now it makes me want to play like COD or something, but no, I can't, man. I can't go back.
Yeah, I do want Firewall 0 Hour on PC VR. I wish that was a thing. Yeah. I hopped into Contractors just the other day. And man, I just love that game, but there was one match. There was one match going on. There was just nobody in there. It's
so
like,
hard,
man, that's like they're gonna be the death of that game if they can't get the player base up there. I mean, you go into Pavlov and there's tons of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
so many people in Pavlov.
1,000 people at all times in Pavlov.
Yeah,
like, that's unbelievable. 10 pages of like, it's nuts. I mean, I get it.
Pavlov is fun, and they've constantly improved too. And there is a free Pavlov on SideQuest now. So you don't have to just get the one from their Discord. I forget what it's called. Pavlov.
He's been playing that.
I think a couple people have. I haven't tried that yet. If you haven't
updated the map on it and stuff,
I'm not sure.
Maps at all?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
if you haven't checked out SideQuest yet for Quest, you really need to. There's so much cool stuff. I mean, that's like you can get a lot of the hand tracking demos on there and stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff, and they've been doing really well. SideQuest has been doing really well.
I really want to jump over to like the ALVR, like the streaming and stuff. I think I really want to get into that. That's going to be my next big jump.
Yeah, I haven't done that since at the other house. At the other house, I did virtual desktop.
Yeah, it was all early, right? Yeah. That was early, and then it got banned and all that.
See, the bad thing is here is at this house, I have really good internet. I have like 1 gig internet. Right. The speeds are ridiculous, but my router isn't a 5G router, so I need to probably get another router to really mess with that stuff again. And then a lot of people on the link video stuff, like anything with link video, they're like, why do I want to do this when I can stream, wirelessly? And if you can and you have a good enough router and stuff, then you don't need it.
By all means, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely, that's a preferred method, but it's just, it's not for everybody. Not everybody can have the same performance. So
Jason said, so I picked up flat for Subnautica. So yeah. And honestly, even though it's not motion controller tracked, I still prefer VR. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it is hard to go back, man. I can't.
Yeah.
There's just no depth to it. There's no, like, having those memories of doing those things that you can't physically do.
Yeah.
It's just totally a different experience. Like when I play a flat game, I'm sitting on my couch. I'm holding a controller. I am looking at a TV on my wall or stand or whatever.
Yeah.
it's just not the same, man. I don't know.
So GT said, I was going to see if you all wanted to play Pavlov Shack. That's what it's called, Pavlov Shack on SideQuest. But you can't set up private matches, so that's kind of a bummer.
What?
Yeah, that kind of stinks.
Like, is it all local then? Is that what it is? Is that all like AI? Are you just playing AI the whole time?
No, there's multiplayer. I just don't think you can set up private matches. It's probably just going into matches and there's people in there.
Sure.
I think that's how it was.
We do a lot of time is just kind of how we've done this for, before there was, servers you could jump into and stuff. Sean and I will go into Discord and a chat, which we have general chat and stuff on our Discord channel too. And we jump in there and then say, all right, hit the matchmaking button right now at the same time, and then you all get boosted basically into the same match as long as it's not full. Hopefully. And that usually works 90% of the time probably.
That usually works pretty good. Yeah, we've also talked about having like an invitational of doing like a Pavlov or contractors match and stuff.
I know. So it's coming. I'm working on it. My brain has been ticking with this and how it's going to work. And I think we've got a decent list of call outs that we want to have.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. So we definitely want to call out some channels and some stuff.
Team up with some people. Call some people out, see how it goes.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
So watch your inboxes.
Yeah, so that's what GT said. Not currently. You basically have to search and hope you catch each other. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
So Vindaloo said Cyberpunk might tempt me back into flatness for a bit.
I agree. Visually, that game does look amazing.
There's a lot of good Cyberpunk VR games coming this year though too. A lot of good like lo-fi.
Yeah, I know. Right.
I really wish they would do that Cyberpunk 2077 in VR. That could be huge. I really wish they would.
It looks too. I mean, that type of polish though.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't really seen that level of polish in any VR game, nor I don't think we will. If they're pushing the limits for just their visuals, it'll never run in VR.
Not yet. It will eventually.
Yep, 3 GPUs maybe.
That's what I meant. 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what
I've got like a lossless. I run the Nighthawk is what I run.
Yeah, I need to get something like that.
I don't know. I thought about going to like mesh network and stuff now, but I don't know. We'll see. There's so many options out there now. The mesh stuff though is pretty good now.
Yeah, that's an option. Limba Zero said Cyberpunk with big screen. It is an option. Put it in play the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do something like that. Or Vorpex. Yeah, maybe some Vorpex stuff will happen.
Yeah. What's the total number of players?
And contractors? It's 4 versus 4, right? Or is it 5 versus 5? I can't remember now.
I think it's 5.
It might be 5 versus 5.
Is it 10 total? I think so.
I think that might be right.
Something like that. Yeah, I still love the game, like the gunplay.
Yeah, I just love the gun stock calibration and stuff because I like running a gun stock, and I can't run a gun stock as comfortably in Pavlov or anything because I can't adjust it to fit perfectly. I mean, I can still do it, but
we used to do it and it was all right.
We used to, I mean, it's stand out and everything we did. But once you play a game like Contractors, that you can get that thing dialed in so perfect, it's hard to.
I know.
It's hard to go.
I actually didn't. The last time we played like even Standout, which I still love, man. Standout's so much fun.
It is fun. We actually went into that not long ago and was having some fun.
That's a good time. But yeah, I actually didn't use a gun stock because just for like reloads and moving stuff around, I felt like it got in the way at a point. So yeah. So
Anakaze said, I'm waiting to see the Wi-Fi 6 mesh offerings that come out in the next couple of months. So I definitely think the Wi-Fi streaming to VR is going to be the future. I mean, I don't think the link cable is going to last forever. Eventually, I really think that the next Oculus headset is going to be a hybrid Rift Quest headset that's going to do everything. And hopefully Wi-Fi streaming from the PC.
I get it. Later, PD. Catch you on the flip side.
Yep, thanks for hanging out. We probably should wrap this up.
Sticking around. I know.
I don't know how long our after show has been going on now, but we should probably wrap this up.
I know. All right. I know. I'm getting close to the end anyway.
Yeah, for sure. So, but we definitely appreciate everybody hanging out for a little bit extra with us and just talking. And when we do the show, it's hard to always see what all goes on in chat, and it's nice to be able to actually read through what everybody's saying. It's kind of cool. So
I agree. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna get on and try and play some VR tomorrow. I know I've got some free time and stuff that I'm definitely going to get some time in. Now I've got my controllers. I get to, I have to go through, and I don't know if they need updated. I mean, I know the controllers have been updated. My old ones.
You probably have to update them.
Yeah, I haven't even checked the serial. I actually want to see if the serial is the same. Like, did they replace or did they fix? So I'm curious to see that as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm curious to see about your thumbsticks, how those new thumbsticks work. So.
wouldn't you crap if they still clicked? Like, they have to check that now, right?
You mean if they still didn't click?
Well, yeah, because I heard there were even some replacements that still did it, even at a point.
I think
so
the latest ones have been
all
pretty good. Yeah, the latest ones have been pretty good.
I agree. I know.
So Alex VR said this was a good show. Thanks, guys. Love this show.
Yep, pleasure, man.
Thanks
for shooting video and stuff. I can't wait to see some of too what you got, because
for sure.
Yeah, I'm really sad we weren't at CES
next year. So
I know, next year.
Yep.
Yep.
Jason Amikaze saying later. German Rifter later, guys. Thanks for the encore. Have a good one. Gonna boot Nostos back up and see what, if anything, has improved. That's on Akaze. Nice little addition to the show. Cheers. Until next time, everyone.
Yep, we may not do this every time. We just do it for fun. We'll see if you guys like it or not. If you guys do like it and you made it this far to the end of the show, please leave a comment and chat. Let us know if you guys do want us to do this. If you don't, or maybe we may do it random. Whatever.
Periodically. We'll probably do it periodically. But all right, cool. Well, definitely thanks for being here. Thanks so much for hanging out the extra. I don't even know how long we went, 20 minutes or so. Bye again, everyone. Remember, don't mix coffee and beer. All right. We will get out of here, but we will catch you guys all later. Probably see you maybe in some VR games this week, and definitely see you next weekend. So
for sure.
Thanks again for being here, and we will see you guys next time.
See you guys later.